Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the Wire.
I'm starting to believe that blue chair on the end is never going to be filled again, man.
I was just about to say that chair getting some rest over there.
It really is.
It started off where we were saying he was sick, but the contract stuff is really turning into a holdout for D Mills, man. My boy really said he know his worth.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, D Mills, you gonna leave us? Where you at, man? You finna do full reviews full time?
He still ain't done that in a month.
Yeah, he barely on Discord. I don't even talk to him.
Yeah, no. In real life, he's still under the weather. He's not feeling good enough to podcast at the end of the day. So get well soon, D Mills. Got to chat with him a little bit yesterday. He not lying. We heard it in his voice every 30 seconds.
Stay away from me.
Big old coughs and stuff. And just for the quality of the show, we can't have that man D Mills coughing every 30 seconds. So he decided to stay home. Hopefully, I said this last episode, hopefully we get him on the next one. But yeah, get well soon, D Mills.
Real quick, got to go through it. We are in the last episodes of December, the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much of these I'm going to be doing in 2024. So let's just keep on rolling while I can remember, just because it ain't nothing against the fans or anything. I'll do it whenever I can, but I'll be kind of finding myself overwhelmed trying to keep up with somebody. Then I'll be feeling bad because I'll get a DM and I'll see another one like, hey, my birthday, and it'll be like a month ago. And I'll be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I think the best way we could do it is towards the end of the episodes. Like when you're closing out, we have a little outro music. And shout out to boom, birthdays, like that. So get to the end of the episodes.
Or a paywall. 50 cents for a birthday shout out. Now, how many of y'all they be hitting me up? That shit I had up real quick.
For real.
Real quick. No. Evan, happy birthday, brother. These are my favorites to not respond. So they don't know if I'm saying it. They got to watch. Happy birthday, Evan. Happy birthday to LeJon Ryan. I hope I'm saying that name right. Lejon. LeJon.
Yep.
LeBron just out here influencing everything. So LeJon Ryan.
Yeah, if you was born after 2003, we know where your parents got your name from.
Shout out to my boy 2K Messiah too. He just sent me a picture. Said he got an idea for a segment/game. I haven't seen that.
Young
yet.
Simba.
Yeah, Young Simba.
That's so interesting.
Yogi Ferrell fan. He said his birthday was on December 1st. I know you know Yogi Ferrell fan from the
Happy
streams.
birthday, Yogi.
You know Yogi Ferrell fan? Yeah, shout out to Yogi Ferrell fan.
Okay, so
your birthday was December 1st? Oh, I told you happy birthday. Yeah, I didn't realize it was December 1st.
Sheesh. My fault. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. I'm delayed. He ain't tell nobody.
It wasn't Austin's birthday. It was Drew's birthday.
Oh. I only know Austin, really. Yogi Ferrell fan. When do you lace up the sneakers and put them away? You know what I mean?
Hey, Yogi Ferrell still hooping somewhere.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check.
Sure.
For sure he is, but like
I just seen him. That's what I know. In some league. I want to give a shout out while KB looks that up. I want to give a shout out to Peter Kearns. The reason I'm giving a shout out to Peter Kearns is not because it's his birthday. He was in the 1% of listeners in Through the Wire. That's a feat. That is a feat. That's Anwar Drake numbers.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that may be a. You know, Anwar might be in a 0.23%.
Y'all know who Yogi Ferrell plays for?
The Shanghai Sharks.
The Shanghai
I knew he was
Sharks.
going to be this. He probably go crazy over there, though.
And then I want to give a shout out. I got a bone to pick with somebody named Joey. So Joey sends me this DM. I want y'all to tell me what's wrong with this DM. He says, "Yo, Pierre, hope you guys are all feel better soon. Thank you, but I never was under the weather. I've been watching the pod from the very start and used to join your Instagram lives. My name was Jay something something. Anyways, my little brother is a big fan of the pod, and his 13th birthday is Saturday. I know he loses his mind for a birthday shout out, but I know your DMs be crazy, so all good. Appreciate you guys. But what the hell is your little brother name? You told me everything but the most important thing. So happy birthday
to the 13-year-old brother of Jay something something.
Yeah. Joey, little Joey.
Little Joey, there you go.
Yeah, that just pissed him off even more. Now he's somewhere mad. And free my boy MK Slap.
That's why they give you points for writing your name down on your homework.
For real, man. I love MK Slap, man. That's my dog. Why you laughing?
Because that's a real shout out.
MK Slap, that's that boy.
We should end every birthday shout out with free somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they not locked up, they might be on Twitter jail. They might be permabanned.
So
Mike's chat.
Yeah, free mind of Reese.
Since we on the topic.
Free mind of Reese.
How do y'all Damn. No, keep him locked up because the shit he was
doing
putting
some
on.
great,
Yes,
yeah, actually.
bounced at it. Power 7 on the timeline. Like, bro, I'm just trying to find Jason Kidd highlights.
He doing a lot better now, though.
Yeah, he is. How do y'all feel about the free?
You've never heard me say free somebody because the people I know that's locked up should be locked up.
Okay. Like MK Schlatt. You think I was wrong for saying free MK Schlatt?
I don't know the height of the situation. I just know it was like a drug case, some weapons.
So he had some drugs. They said fentanyl was one of them.
I think he's okay where he's at there.
And then the other was 2 ARs. I feel you. I
said
agree.
2 ARs?
2 unregistered, I think, ARs.
Damn.
But it was him and a group of people. So it's hard to say what, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, his bail was the highest at all of them. So
he's the
motherfucker's the ringleader.
He's the celebrity of the group. You know they be trying to, they try to put the big charges on the people. Like Thug. You think Thug was doing them crimes or you think he's just a big name?
I'm not commenting.
I'm just asking
He
you,
got people everywhere.
If you was a detective, would you think that Thug was the one pulling up or you think he was sending the play?
Equally bad things.
I was going to say, if you're orchestrating that shit, you're just as guilty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always have feet. See what I'm saying? Like, do you?
I think that shit's goofy. I really just think it's goofy because, like, it goes circumstantial. Like, obviously, there's times where I think it is, like, something you should say and people are locked up, like, people are locked up wrongfully. But it's the part is like, my man, he got 2 bodies. He got all this, but free him. Free him.
It only has to be wrongfully locked up for you to say free?
Nah.
If a motherfucker gets locked up because he sold 2 dime bags and it's like, no, free him, bro.
Yeah, there are a lot of people still in jail from like weed cases.
Exactly.
And now weed is legal.
Some things I just try to have an understanding to get like crazy shit. I'm not free. No. You done shot 17. No, I'm cool. But like, some people be product of their environment. Sometimes you're in a circumstantial situation where you grow up in certain environments and you get
hold on. So you gonna steal my drop the mic?
What did he say?
He gave us drop the mic last episode, and I went onto Twitter and
wow,
on right hand the God mic. I didn't even think about that. You asked that.
That's okay.
But we had no basketball that night. And I needed content.
Okay. No,
so I put that tweet out.
Free Thug, Thief in the Night.
And then I made a YouTube video out of it. So I would say thank you, but again, I would give you
very generic too.
It was very generic.
What was it again?
It was like, what do you want to see? What's going unnoticed in the basketball world?
Crazy,
what can be talked more?
I said something about it on Twitter too. But I said this was a mic drop.
Okay.
The mic.
I didn't think about it.
They were asking me. They were saying something about, I'm the turnover police. De'Aaron Fox had one of those nights, 16 assists, 1 turnover. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn it, this is something that doesn't get celebrated enough in the NBA that I should have used for Mike to drop. Or drop the mic.
Yep. Now I guess you can use that still. Today's drop the mic is, what are your biggest pet peeves in basketball? You can also do soft spots too.
Okay.
Don't always got to be negative.
Okay.
I can start with my first pet peeve.
Yeah.
For one, I have a couple actually. First, it does kind of like, it kind of blows me when people block the shots when it's like a dead ball. Somebody shooting the ball and somebody goes up to like just not see him let the shot go. And I'm like, it always worries me. Like, yeah, you just come down wrong on your ankle and now you just you done for the game.
That's my biggest fear.
I think, I guess we'll never really know. Is there a science to this? Are we proving that because I prevented him from seeing that shot go in, he's about to go 0 for 4 for the rest of the night? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
is
but
there
they
any
definitely
value in doing that?
I think it's somebody who just played basketball before. Seeing that shot go in could definitely like get you going a little bit.
I can't relate to that.
You'll see a lot of guys before a timeout, they miss like 3 shots. They'll be like, oh, let me try to get one more while I walk back to the huddle.
Like, no.
You know what the worst one was? I don't know if y'all remember this. Russell Westbrook did the most OC shot block. Was he still in OKC at this point?
Was.
Like, for real, he came down as wrong as you could. And luckily, he's made out of titanium because nothing happened. But, like, that was a situation that if he would have got injured because he blocked one shot, somebody else got it and tried to do it again, and he blocked that one. But his hand got caught in the rim, and he landed all awkwardly. It's like, bro, I'm okay if Mike see a shot go in as long as my career continues to go.
Bro.
Like, that's okay.
That's my biggest fear, is that somebody is going to come down wrong.
Another pet peeve of mine, and it's, I guess like players start doing a little bit more recently now, is when you're rolling the ball up the court and trying to like save clock or whatever, and the defense is just watching him. Yeah. Like, go get him. Why did you letting them dictate what they want to do?
The opposite of that is what bothers me. Because Chris Paul has done it a few times. I don't know if he's done it much this year, where we're up by 6, running clock. the shot clock doesn't start until I touch the ball.
Right.
So I'm going to just let it sit here. You going to have to make me start the shot clock because the rest of the time is going out.
Ja Morant did that shit and took like 23 seconds off the shot clock.
Yes. I remember that. It's like,
in those cases, I think that's actually smart. That's why I said
no,
the
I mean
defense
from the
has.
other team.
Oh,
yeah. What 100%. Are you letting him do this for?
Yeah, literally.
A pet peeve of mine is like, I think we might have talked about this on the show. The mismatched shoes thing is becoming an epidemic.
I hate it.
It used to be basically just Javon. That's his swag, whatever. It is now turned into the DeAndre Ayton, not Jaden McDaniels, Jalen Williams. Giannis did it a little while ago.
Did he?
Yes, and sometimes it is like this collective shoe has different colors, right?
Oh yeah.
But most of the time it's like I got 2 pair of Kyrie ones, one of them green and one of them white, and I'm gonna wear them at the same time.
He did that in EJ game like a couple days ago. Disgusted me.
It's just bad, man.
Disgusted me.
Somebody else recently did it too. Where like now because I've expressed it on the podcast and on YouTube that when it happens and I'm not watching the game, people tweet at me the picture like, "Oh, add this to the list."
So how do you feel about people when they do that in real life, or just not in basketball?
It's always disgusting. It's never gonna be anything where I'm like
reverse
that's cool.
threes.
Yeah, I saw a dude with a pair of Raging Bull 5s and then the white alternative version. Of those.
That's what I say.
Bro, it's okay.
The reversing
bro.
alternatives is crazy.
You can get off 2 different fits. Just you know what I'm saying. You don't need to
I
showcase
think I did
that you have
that
2
once in my lifetime.
Were you 12? Because that's the only time it's like okay.
I might have been somewhere in middle school. I had to be past high school.
So you're an adult?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. For
Actually,
you.
I really don't. I remember I did. I remember I had 2 pairs of 2s.
I was about to say, what shoes you have?
I had the black 2s and I had the white 2s. They were the same color.
Hey, Mike,
bogus as hell.
Bogus as hell. Because first of all, they 2s.
I got some, I got some numbers that day though.
Oh, okay.
Fuck
hey, do you?
No, he did.
Do you? But that's one, but that's like not even really basketball. That's like optically. That don't affect nothing. It's just like me being an ass.
Pet peeve. This shit.
Bro.
Oh man.
I was saying when I wrote this question, I was like, D Mills. If D Mills was here, that would immediately came to his man.
Yeah. Because first quarter, second play of the game, we not reviewing it. Get back on defense. Just get back.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when a player kind of fuck up and they don't know what to do, so they just talk to the ref. Jason Tatum did it yesterday. Like at the end of the game was basically over. He like, no, like, Tatum, you
Sabonis did it yesterday too, where Valanciunas scored on him, but in the process of Val scoring, Sabonis is not defending him. He's looking at the ref.
What about his hand?
He was talking. Well, his hands was hurting, but he was talking about Val being there for 3 seconds. But like he has the ball still. Like you can prevent him from scoring.
Who just did that too? Was that Malik Beasley? Instead of contesting,
he was looking. He was pointing at Jeremy Grant's jump shot. So I think not any talking to the ref because I think it holds his value. Where like, man, you got to look out for this because he's doing that. And I think, but like when it's overboard or it is taking a player out of the play, that is something. If Darrick was here, I know he would say bad 2-for-1s because I remember him expressing that a couple episodes ago.
I just seen that in the game a while ago. Some like a team went for a 2-for-1 and it went like the wrongest way it could. Like first of all, the other team came down, hit a shot. It's like 35 seconds left. They're like, you know what? Let's go for our 2-for-1. Took a terrible shot. The other team got in transition, scored again, and they got a bad shot on the other end. I'm like,
you gave up 5 points.
You just gave up 5 points and then get none. Now you're going into halftime.
Yeah. I'm not trying to throw a team under the bridge. Detroit Pistons have had some of the worst 2-for-1s that I've seen this season. A lot of it ends up being Killian Hayes step back 3 or Killian Hayes contested floater. And it's like, I'm okay with it not being a 2-for-1. How about we just get a basket? Can we run some set that gets an open look that's worth any value?
I don't think there's anything more important than closing out a quarter, really.
Yeah.
Whether you're down or up.
So I'm thinking some more because I feel like there's a lot of things we can beat.
I hate ugly jersey numbers. Like why is anybody wearing like that number 28 or 29?
I see that.
Like why are we doing that?
I see that.
Why are we doing that?
What are your like soft spots, I guess you would say?
Honestly, I love a nice floater.
A floater?
Just a floater. Contested or not. Get into the lane 2 feet in, throwing it up, and it going in.
You know my answer.
What?
The midi.
The midi?
The midi. The pretty midi. Titties and middies.
I guess this don't really have to do with like on-court stuff, but during what was it, the Kings game last night with the Pelicans. I felt that aura the same way you are when you're like in a real stadium or whatever. How it'd be like when we were at the Nuggets game and it'd be like, and PJ for 3, and the crowd's all into it. Like I had my TV loud as hell. Every time Keegan Moore had a bucket, it's Keegan Murray, and it's like the crowd. Like I love that type of shit.
So yeah, I feel like
I love 2 sleeves.
2 sleeves.
I love the little sleeve like that Shea wears that like it don't go up to the arm, but it goes to like the elbow. I like that, but I like when J-Dub used to wear 2 sleeves. Tyson Chandler used to wear 2 sleeves. Russell Westbrook is a 2-sleeve guy. Who else is a 2-sleeve?
all optics too. Not really much value, especially to a third. What is that called? A third sleeve, right? With just this part of your body, that doesn't hold anything. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just for optics.
Yeah, like the one
I want on-court swag. That's what it is. That's what Shea is saying.
Yeah,
which I can respect. You know, he's a fashion icon, at least in NBA terms. I also like to see coaches make like a halftime adjustment.
I was just about to say that.
Like I feel really good when I see some team do something differently after a timeout or after a halftime thing. And we saw that last night in the first in-season tournament game, which I guess we'll get to in a minute. Because there's so many good coaches and there's so many different ways. To it, bro. Okay, we had the in-season tournament quarterfinals started yesterday. We saw the first game of Boston Celtics versus Indiana Pacers. Then we saw Kings versus Pelicans. Amazing thing, by the way. Both games had its own thing. Obviously, game number 2 wasn't as intense as game number 1, but it was fun. I think Adam Silver and company cooked with this one. Like, the in-season tournament is as good as you can imagine. The one thing that I'm a little bit skeptical about coming up soon is because the home crowd of Indiana was so damn electric, and though the Kings didn't end up winning, their home crowd was so good. Once we get past the quarterfinals or we get to semifinals and it's in Vegas, you're not going to have that in-arena feel because it's a neutral site. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's going to be some Pacers
Summer League be rocking.
It do.
Yeah, but not in the sense that like...
You're not going to have all the diehards fly out to Vegas.
Sure. Exactly.
Rick Carlisle was talking about after the game, like how intense the crowd was. And he's like, man, there's no doubt that played into effect of like some of the shots that went down for us. Like the 4-point play, he was dedicating some of that to like, man, I got to give credit to some of the crowds. They had our back, you know?
Shit. They ain't had nothing to do with the crowd. That was pure
Tyreek.
luck.
That
was luck. I'm sorry.
That was luck.
Bro, that was luck.
Did you see the shot?
He was throwing up shots like, bro, he hit another 3 like that where it's literally just that quick-ass flick, like that quick-ass flick.
He already got a crazy release. This shot was nothing like his crazy release. He threw it up with 1 second left and got fouled.
I see what Mike's saying. It's hard. You don't want to call no shot luck, but I mean, damn.
You do.
It's as lucky as a shot
you don't
as you
win.
Can shoot in that scenario.
Nobody wins without getting a little lucky.
For sure. Luck plays a big part in sports. But the only way I can see it feeling like that, and I'm going to say this, but I hate saying it, is if the Lakers are in Vegas. Because Lakers fans are all over the world.
Like, it's not a bad trip.
If you look at all of the other teams that are in it, the Lakers have one of the closest proximities. Phoenix, too, has a pretty good proximity. But Lakers have one of the biggest proximities and the biggest fan bases, too. Like, even when we're in Summer League, the Lakers play a Summer League game. If it doesn't feel much like a Summer League.
You know the Knicks going to pull up. We're going to be there.
We're
going to pull up.
I guess we'll see today.
We're going to pull up.
I guess we'll see today.
Based off yesterday, anything is possible.
Yeah, for sure. It ain't like
and you know the Bucks can't stop shit.
Bro, I was thinking
and Brunson had 50 against them the last time we played.
You say who?
Brunson.
He
had like 40, I think.
He did have an L too.
But I was thinking to myself, like, man, Tyrese Halliburton, he probably like after going from Jrue Holiday and Darrick White, so now he got Malik Beasley and Damian Lillard probably trying to like kind of keep up with him. I'm like,
he done already eliminated y'all.
Oh shit. I don't know. Well, anyway it goes, they not gonna have the same defenders as Jrue Holiday and Darrick White.
The game was incredible though.
The first half was crazy because I like what you said about the adjustments because I was like, man, it's so much space. Y'all got to kind of crowd up this paint because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were walking to the paint. And you got to like the size was a thing, but man, like Al Horford, I don't even think he hit a 3. And I was like, man, you give him a little space or a little cushion. I think he beat him. Al Horford got to the rim and beat somebody off the dribble like one time. But I was like, you got to eventually take some away because you're just giving up layups at this point.
But you know, Al Horford, that's the intriguing part about him and Porzingis. They do space the floor. They do have to be respected. But I do agree with you. That's going to be something that a lot of teams going to have to figure out what they want to give up because Tatum and Brown had 30.
They both did,
prevailed. Yeah. So I mean,
and a lot of that in the first half was like, it felt like a playoff game because the scheme for Joe Mazzulla is to get Tyrese Halliburton guarding Jason Tatum or get him guarding Jaylen Brown, and they let him cook. I mean, Tyrese cannot hold his own against. I mean, it's hard to. Those are two of the better offensive players of the league. But just in general, this was like a question a lot of people had about the Pacers. Obviously, the defense is a big thing for them. They're one of the worst defenses in basketball. But specifically, if we get to a 7-game series or win-and-go-home scenario, we're going to see opposing coaches try to pick out on Tyrese because he's thinner and he doesn't defend as well as the other people on the court. And in the first half, you got that. And in the second half, not saying they got away from it, but Rick Carlisle made some adjustments where, like, they were fighting against the switch every time. And it did happen, right? It did happen a bunch. And I think that Tyrese did eventually hold his own towards the second half. But, like, you saw that Rick Carlisle made the adjustment. It was like, damn, they're killing Tyrese. We need to prevent them from getting that switch as much as possible. And they did that in the second half. And then in a post-game interview, Tyrese mentioned that, like, he owned up to it, like, man, they were killing me and they were cooking me in the first half. And then he said, like, I couldn't breathe. I had to go hit an inhaler or whatever. And then the second half, it was a lot better. But I think that, I don't know if it might have been a combination of the Celtics getting away from it and then the Indiana Pacers adjusting.
I thought it was the defense intensity definitely picked up for sure. I thought it was more so like, they were kind of taking away driving lanes, like just kind of showing a little bit more help, I felt like. And they were giving up a little bit more threes. And they honestly, the Celtics kind of just missed them. You know, Darrick White, I think, went like 2 for 9. Jaylen Brown didn't really hit threes so late. And I felt like that kind of gave them that momentum because they got the stops. And Tyrese said, like, once we get stops, like, nobody wants to run with us. And I think that's the most important thing is just, like, you got to learn how to get stops down the stretch. Because if you can put up those points, you can win almost any game. Yeah. You just got to find out how to get stops.
Yeah, they went on a 9-0 run towards the end of the fourth quarter. That was huge. They got a couple big stops.
Buddy Hield.
Aaron Nesmith in the fourth quarter had, 12, 14 points or so?
Points,
11 points. It was – the interesting thing is in both games –
he had to come with it against his whole team.
It's facts.
That charge was crazy. And then I think the last 3 minutes in that third was like, it felt like the Pacers just took a tie because I don't even think Tyrese was on the floor. This was when TJ McConnell was in, and he had the little up and under layup against Luke Cornett and everything like that. So it's like you felt the momentum switching to the Pacers.
Buddy Hield, as the seconds were
in the first half, they came in for Tyrese, and I felt like they was letting the game go a little bit. So that was interesting to see.
Buddy Hield took the shot. With 0 seconds left, he hit the shot to make it a 10-point game. And then in the second game, Najee Marshall also took a shot at the end of it.
He missed though.
I wonder if they did that out of like, fuck them. Or did they really think about like the point differential might matter still or something? I could see Buddy Hield just not knowing the fucking rules.
Yeah, I thought Buddy looked around. Like he wanted somebody to give him that approval, but he just took it. He would have looked like a jackass if he just missed it.
Yeah, Najee Marshall missed
it. And Malik Monk was talking.
They was talking. Yeah.
So I don't know if he was like, man, shoot this shit. I don't get no damn blah, blah, blah. He was like, but they was definitely going back and forth, and then he shot it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Tatum looked at Buddy and like pointed at him after he hit the shot. It's like, I don't know if that means we gonna bust y'all last next time or whatever. And I don't know.
That shit don't hurt nobody, man.
It don't. But remember, last time they played against each other, the Celtics won by 50. They won by 50.
Halliburton didn't play.
He did not play, but 50 is still 50.
And Porzingis played, right?
Yes, and Porzingis did not play in this one, which I think mattered a bunch when you got down to it. Just because they were a little bit void of talent coming off the bench. Like Sam Hauser was as good as you can get off the bench.
Also, need to be in a 3-point contest.
Something, right? He knocked it down. His defense is a little bit, maybe not underrated, but underlooked at. I think that we see that like white shooter and just immediately believe that he's not a good defender. He was holding his own. You know, he's holding his own. He has been all season long. But, like, they didn't get much production from Peyton Pritchard. If any, like, he wasn't very good. Delano Banton ended up playing minutes.
I was surprised to see him out there. I'm like,
yeah, I was too.
And then who else? Luke Cornett got some offensive boards and kicked it out for some shots and stuff. But for the most part, them missing Porzingis, you know, they had to empty out the bench a little bit more. But we did see both teams end up playing their stars like 35 minutes plus, which made me think that both teams really care. And that was one of the questions, right? How do we get the players to care? $500,000 is really not nothing. You look at that Pacers roster, look at their salary cap. $500,000 mean a lot to a lot of these players. And you could tell that.
Aaron Nesmith.
Aaron Nesmith want that bad.
Andrew Nembhard.
Let me look. Andrew Nembhard was a 2nd-round player. $500,000 damn near his whole salary. You know,
Mathurin.
Well, yeah.
He had some big buckets last night.
You know who played really well?
Who?
Brucey B.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. You know, that was one of the, like, bro, from like, especially because that was a national televised game, I felt like that was really cool because a lot of things he was doing in the Nuggets playoffs, where he was getting the rebound, taking the coast to coast, he was doing that in that game too.
Yeah, and
he got to show like he could still do that and produce the same.
Yeah, $500,000 is 1/4 of what Nembhard is making on this entire year. This is pre-tax everything, obviously. Ben Shepherd, Ijax, Jordan Ward. These are all players making $3 million or less on the roster. And then like even Tyrese Halliburton, who's signed his max extension, he's only making $5 million this year. So like that $500,000 means a lot. This was the second time that Tyrese has ever been on national TV playing basketball. First time as a Pacer, and you could tell that they went for it. And the NBA / Adam Silver need to be sending all of them little money under the table because they made it feel like a playoff game.
Yeah, today's matchup got high expectations.
For real.
The Knicks and Bucks.
But those are two teams that have been to the playoffs multiple times. One of them has won a championship. So I wonder if they're going to have that same fire because, again, the Pacers have no experience playoff-wise in this current regime. So it's like, this is our playoffs for a lot of them.
It is. I'm glad you said that, too, because I think Rick Carlisle was basically calling it the playoffs, too. And you get that type of feel because right out the gate, it's that energy. And I also like the fact that it's just like nobody wants to lose that game. You know, nobody wants to be that team or person. So
it felt like playoff basketball for sure. You see, I ain't even put no text in. Are we running? I'm watching this shit.
Watching
like,
ball.
Yeah. I'm in this.
Yeah, tomorrow, or I guess today, you got 4 teams that have been there a lot and championship appearance. Like Knicks obviously no championship appearance recently, but made the playoffs multiple years. Bucks have a championship. The Suns have a championship appearance, and then the Lakers have a championship recently. Like, man, they might be like not saying fuck it, but they might not look at it the same way that 2 of the, I guess 3 of the other teams. The Boston Celtics are the only team from last night with like real experience. The Pelicans have made the playoffs maybe once or twice in this regime, and the Kings just made it last year. So it's like younger teams yesterday, the older teams today. We'll see if they hold up. Let's go to the Pelicans versus Kings. Pelicans end up winning 127-117. Again, wasn't as intense or as close as the last one, but still we saw a lot of cool stuff from the Pelicans. Again, this is now the version of the Pelicans that I'm expecting to see because they're completely healthy for the first time. Trey Murphy III finally is in the rotation. He's not playing back-to-backs or anything, but in the 2 games he played, he's gave them good production. They're 2-0. They are so deep at the moment that, like, we're watching this game in Discord. I'm like, man, Jordan Hawkins has not played. And he was a guy that was getting 30 minutes a night like a week ago. And it's just different. They have depth. Jose's back. CJ's back. Trey is back. And we had a game last night where Zion ended up with 10 total points. Didn't matter.
That's what I was more so thinking about. Not that Jordan Hawkins not playing, but it was like, damn, they deep enough to where, and they have enough talent to where Zion can only, this is actually like 2 games. The second, the game prior to that, it's not like he had no 25, 30-point game. I think he had a little bit more of a facilitating game and everything like that.
That was against the Spurs.
The same thing here, where it's more so like he's being, I guess, a quote-unquote decoy kind of thing. He's seen a lot of double teams,
he like
too.
it, though, because, he got to find, what was he saying? I got to find my role.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
I mean, as long as you winning, I don't think you get mad as long as you winning.
I think you're a part of a long way.
But, yeah, their way that they came in, and the defense, too. If Herb Jones is defending like that and he's also coming out and scoring, that's like another problem you got to deal with.
Like a motherfucker yesterday.
Jose Alvarado came in, hit some shots. He had his little Grand Theft Auto steal.
It's coming together. I definitely wish Jordan Hawkins could get more minutes. I think what he does, they need. There was some times out there where I was kind of like Dyson Daniels came in and they were trying to get a post entry to Zion, and the Kings wasn't like respecting Dyson Daniels,
right.
So he couldn't really get the look that he was trying to get. I love Brandon Ingram's game last night.
Yep.
I want to see more of that Brandon Ingram. I think when he's playing like that, this team is at a high level. But yeah, they're rocking, they're rolling. This is the Pelicans that we know them to be, or that we expect. So hopefully they can continue to put it together. But it is unfortunate that everybody came back at once, and now my boy Jordan Hawkins kind of lost in the sauce. You know, CJ, Trey, Jose. And then it's like also what I don't like for this team is like they came back and then Larry Nance went down. Like it's like if it ain't one thing, it's another. So hopefully they can find a little stretch here for their fans, because I know their fans are sick and tired of having somebody out. But yeah, they got a lot of depth, and they're missing Larry Nance and still got depth. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they fall or what type of stride they take, because this team could rattle off a quick 7 before we know it. But I just want to see them form an identity. I still don't know what their identity is as a team and what they're going to hang their hat on if they do become a playoff team. Like, certain teams, like the Pacers, we trying to outscore you. You got other teams that are trying to be gritty and grimy, like the Knicks and the Heat. The Knicks and the Heat played against each other. It was like 100-93, like just straight, just dogging. So I'm still trying to figure out what identity are they going to have as a full blown unit out there in New Orleans.
Based on what they do now, I'm not saying this is their identity or this should be their identity, but they're towards the top of the league as far as like drives per game. With like Zion is top 5, and then Brandon Ingram last time I checked was like 15th in the league. So they get to the basket a ton. How does that translate to like again playoff basketball and stuff? Because they have not lack of shooting, but compared to some of their peers, a little bit less.
I think they mentioned during the game that they were one of the top teams in deflections too. So they like to get out.
Dyson Daniels had a play yesterday where they were trying to post entry to probably Sabonis or something. I don't really remember, but De'Aaron Fox trying to throw the entry pass, but he threw such a lackadaisical pass, and this was one of the few minutes with Dyson Daniels on the floor, and Dyson just, he leads the league in deflections right now. He just give me that,
Yeah, when you able to put Dyson Daniels on the floor with Herb Jones,
it's hard.
Brandon Ingram ain't known to be some like shutdown defender, but you got to respect his length. I can see how you could lead the league in deflections.
Yeah. The moment that Dyson Daniels can take a jump shot confidently and
Trey
go
Murphy's
in,
another long guy. Say what?
The moment Dyson Daniels can like get his jump shot going, because he has all defensive like potential.
Hell yeah.
But obviously you saw like yesterday, he can only play 6 minutes at sometimes because they don't trust him offensively much. But he's got a lot. And I wonder, I'm not a team consolidation because again, this is a team that struggles with injuries, so you want to have that depth just in case. But they have so many players that's just sitting around. It's like, am I gonna get my chance? Am I,
You have to think about it. Somebody said a dude was something, man, Pierre don't never say nothing about the Pelicans. He hating on the Pelicans. I'm like, it's y'all got so many players. Like, it's hard to not think about that. It ain't hating, but it's like, that's the natural thing. It's like, y'all haven't played to the potential that a lot of people think y'all can or could. You got a lot of young talent, a lot of young depth. So automatically it's like, do y'all have something to make a move to put y'all over the top of where y'all trying to be? That's not hating. It's just the fucking facts.
How do y'all feel about playmaking by committee? Because this is a team that doesn't have a bona fide playmaker. Like CJ was great yesterday. Z was great playmaking. Brandon Ingram, obviously. These are guys that are above average playmakers, but they don't have a guy that you look at as a table setter.
I think it's essential for them. Well, at least because the way they had a lot of the ball movement is because Zion would start off with it. He would see 2 people. And I felt like that was a coaching thing where it's like, if you see it, wait for a little bit and then just swing the ball. And you've seen a lot of times it got to the corner and it was an open shot. Or I think CJ he got a shot, did a little one dribble pull up. And it's like, those are things you just create off that ball movement.
I'm not against it, but I definitely think it may be something that shows a lot more playoff basketball. So hopefully they can make the playoffs and we get a full view of it. But yeah, imagine Chris Paul with this team. You know what I'm saying? He would be able to get this team a lot organized, besides the fact that he once played there before. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think
that was yesteryear when he did that.
What?
When he played there?
Yeah, right. That's what players normally do. Deshaun Jackson is retiring with the Eagles. That was so long ago. It's like,
Is that recent? Like he just retired with the Eagles?
He's retiring. Like maybe, is it this Sunday or some shit?
Shout out to him. I don't know. But I got highlights in my mind going.
Any takeaways from the King? I felt like they played pretty good. It's just they couldn't really get stops down the stretch. But Sabonis had a really good game. De'Aaron Fox turned it up. Malik Monk was turning up.
Yeah, Malik Monk is...
He's a fucking dog.
They turned the ball over way too much.
Yeah.
First 6 minutes of the game, they were rolling. Then after that, that's when the second unit came in for the Pelicans. Najee Marshall, Trey Murphy III, and so on.
They were talking about him fighting?
Yeah, right. They turned the ball over way too much. I think that at halftime, De'Aaron Fox himself had like 6, and that's halftime. And then in the second half, it didn't change. The first 2 possessions, I believe, out of halftime, one of them ended in a bad shot and the other one ended in a turnover. So I think that you're not just going to win many games if you're turning the ball over as much as they did, especially if your shot is not falling normally. Like, you can't have both of those things happen at the same time and expect to win a basketball
That's
game.
what teams who play fast have a trouble with.
Yeah.
How to be under control while playing fast. Who coached the Pelicans recently, Blake?
Alvin Gentry.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
Yeah.
Stan Van Gundy.
Oh.
Because Stan Van Gundy was talking about Najee Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I'm like, did he coach the Pelicans?
Because he was when he was talking about like the game totally changed with Najee Marshall and I think he's like Jose Alvarado came in the game.
No, it was a little bit after. He did say, but it was a little bit after that when he was like, Najee Marshall, you don't want to play with. He'll fight, do all this. Like,
I didn't hear that part.
But I'm like, I know he coached them, but I'm like, when did he coach like Brandon Ingram and them? And we couldn't. They was like, yeah, he did. Remember he tried to make Lonzo a 3-and-D wing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he only coached them for that 8 months.
Yeah. Got a bag and got out. Can respect it.
Sound like somebody that may be happening across the water from us.
Across the water from us.
Detroit, Monty Williams.
Oh, I'm like, why I was thinking like somebody in England. Across the water. I'm thinking across the pond, like the big pond,
the big pond.
Michigan.
No, Detroit can't do that.
They can't do it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't think they can, but shit, they may have to. Because I look at their schedule and I'm like, man, if they don't win tomorrow against the Grizzlies.
Pierre, they're not winning tomorrow against the Grizzlies. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Desmond Bain got an easy 30.
The Grizzlies been playing decent basketball recently. Decent basketball
beat the Mavericks.
But you know what? This is going to sound stupid because they're 17 and lose. I think the Pistons have been playing decent basketball the last 2 to 3 games.
There you go.
I guess if you
I think that's enough credit right there.
If you comparing to their
gotta win the
standard,
game.
Yeah, I'm just saying they've been in games.
Yo, I said this on Heliocentric. This is something I'm watching closely. Usually when teams suck, I'm just like, oh, they suck, and I just move on. I'm watching this like a hawk. I got to see. If they go 2 months without getting a win, I need to see something crazy happen. I need the league need to step in and say, hey, owner, you got to set a team.
Bro, okay. So that's a very good, because somebody asked me that. I do a segment on my podcast called Ask KB. And this is one of the questions that I screenshot it for next episode in case they didn't win, but we'll bring it up now. I'd scrap it from my episode. That was like, is there a moment in time where the league should step in when things are going too bad? For reference, they have before, during the Philadelphia 76er era of the tanking. They got rid of, oh man, I need to fact check, but like Colangelo was involved somehow. Whether he was appointed by the NBA or taken out from the NBA, Colangelo was a part of it when things were going really, really bad. Mm-hmm. At what point in the Detroit Pistons do something similar happen?
Wait. Did they step in because of that? Remember the leaked tweets and all that?
I do remember that.
The leaked tweets and stuff. So did that have something to do with it? Like,
I seen the report. It was from Free P. It was from what Dunk Central said. But sources say Pistons brass is reluctant to hit the panic button, meaning a sweeping front office change looks unlikely for now. With 3/4 of the season remaining, there's time for the roster to still gel. Fortune's return. They also talked about Bogdanovic's return. Just how things could kind of change up still.
That's a lie. The lie is the season can't go uphill. I'm sorry. Everybody in that locker room is defeated. And I'm not here to say impossible, it's impossible.
A month of losing, that shit gonna hurt, bro.
The first month, Mike. The first month is where you have the optimistic viewpoint of, man, we could be special. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to come in there and you're not supposed to feel this defeated until the end of December. Where it's like, oh shit, okay, yeah, we do suck. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, they ain't even got they couldn't go 5 games into the season with feeling like, man, we let's go.
Do you remember the podcast episode, the first 3 games? We like Jalen Duren looks like a monster and so on. That shit died down so fast.
Dog, this has been so bad that we don't talk about the fact that the Spurs won 1 game in November. They almost had a no-win November too. They won November 2nd and lost every other game in November.
That shit did not help when everybody knew the Wizards Spurs or the Wizards Pistons game was going on. It's like somebody got to win this game, and you end up losing that game too.
All I said is somebody have to win a game. But if somebody lose nasty, that's when I said they needed to step in.
Yeah.
If one of those teams got dubbed
convincingly,
and then boom. The Pistons got dubbed at home.
Somebody called it the Astor class instead of Master class.
Damn.
Those 2 teams going against each other.
But yeah, I definitely think somebody should step in.
So here's what happened, because I just Googled it. Adam Silver forced the 76ers ownership to hire a traditional NBA man to oversee Hinkie. It was obvious, and it was, this is an opinion piece, never mind. Somebody saying it was pathetic. Okay. talking about Silver being passive aggressive and everything. But yeah, the NBA stepped in and said, hey, you can't keep losing 70 games every year. You got to hire somebody to give the fans worth something,
bro. That shit, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day, and it's like you putting out a bad product.
I don't mind the 76er one because they got Joel Embiid.
They had a plan,
and they now them being bad is not even something we even think about, right? They've been so good consistently. The Pistons have had one, again, I'm gonna keep saying it, one above 500 season since 2008.
Let's break it down even more. The last 13 years, 8 of those seasons, 50+ losses.
Yep.
They're on their way to making a 9.
That shit is stamped. That we might as well get them 50 losses right now.
50+ losses in 8 of the last. That's majority, more than half.
Mm-hmm.
And 50 is just at the least. They've had 65 losses in a season. Like this is disgrace. And I think it's bad for basketball because the league is so balanced, it's so talented, so much parity. And what a lot of people don't really understand, especially young people who may watch this podcast because they're still young, when you have a sports team as a city and as a community, a lot goes into that. You know that they're trying to make a Bear stadium, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much money you think they need for that to happen?
Got to be close to like probably 8 figures, 9 figures.
Just give me a guess, a number.
500 mil.
Not even close. $5 billion, Mike.
Yeah.
$5 billion.
I ain't used to that type of money.
And as a Chicagoan
true,
who lives here, why are we putting $5 billion into a team that none of us have felt the need to go? No, I Googled it yesterday when I did my podcast. $5 billion, man. I know what I'm talking about. $5 billion. Why would we do that? And that's just for the arena. We're not talking about where they go practice. Yeah. That's a lot of money being invested in just in where you play.
Because the taxpayers are paying for that 95% of the time.
So when you see a team like that not have a win in the first month, and then not to mention that people, you got people who support the team, they go out, people are going to work, trying to buy tickets for their kids to go and all this extra shit, and then this is the type of, no, man, to me, that's not cool when you dive even deeper. That shit ain't it, man. So I definitely feel like there has to be some time or some point when you step in. If you're just a bad basketball team and you losing, cool. 17 games in a row. It's hard for me to believe that you know what I'm saying? No, it ain't like Cade is out. Jay not, you know what I'm saying? We've seen
they had a higher win percentage when Cade was out last year.
Disgusting. And then they trying to sell you, and then that's the part that I really don't like. When people insult other people's intelligence or my intelligence, I think that's when it's the worst. You just read something, man, because Bogdanovich coming back. So, the fuck does that mean? Bogdanovich coming back.
They almost won that last game. Was that against the Knicks? No.
That was against the Cavaliers, but before that was the Knicks.
That was Bogdanovich's first game, and they were in that game. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get off this Bogdanovich tweet.
And he was getting just some easy buckets. So he had some threes. He had a nice little layup in there.
Yeah. But
they need that offensive scoring punch.
It's really a disgrace. We talk about how much, like you mentioned, parity in the NBA, which is facts. But part of the reason why there's parity in the NBA is because the teams that are at the bottom are disgustingly, disgustingly bad. Whereas, like, I think going into the season, a lot of us was like, man, ain't no off nights. Shit. Go to Detroit. Go to San Antonio. Go to Chicago if Zach LaVine is playing.
Go to Washington.
Go to Washington. Go to Memphis. Go to Charlotte, who playing better. But, like, there are teams towards the bottom that make it that the top 22 teams have parity because those bottom 8 are just so damn bad.
And coming into this season, I was definitely in my mind, like, for as long as I've been an NBA fan, it's just always been usually like, it's always been a common theme. Like first, it was like the West is better than the East. And it was also just like the bottom feeder teams, they were usually the same teams and they were at the bottom every time. I was like, man, I'm excited to have damn near 26 to 20 whatever team. Obviously, they can't all make it, but to have them all competing and trying, like, that's just good for basketball at that point.
Yeah, and I think that, again, Adam Silver has done as much as he can at the moment to counter that by putting the in-season tournament in. Like, there were times let's say 3 years ago, where if you were at the All-Star break and you were the 10th seed, you're like, I'd rather have lottery odds than compete. Mm-hmm. And now it's not the case. So Adam Silver and them have done some cool stuff, but I think there's still a lot to be done. When I mention those bottom tier teams being as bad as they are, I mean, the wins that those teams have are most of the time against each other.
Yeah.
So like the Wizards, right? The Wizards Detroit Pistons game. The Wizards got to win in that, but that doesn't hold much value because they were going against the other really bad team. I mean, I'm trying to find. Okay, here's a stat that I remember reading, so I found it. Charlotte. This is a couple days old, so this is based on Friday, so 3 days old. Entering Friday, Charlotte, Chicago, Washington, Detroit, San Antonio, Utah, Portland, and Memphis are combined 36-110 with an average scoring margin of minus 8.2. Sorry, 18 of their 36 wins have come against each other. So half of the wins that they have is Washington beating Detroit or San Antonio beating Utah or Utah beating Charlotte. They're not beating real comp. Like that's the crazy part.
Don't leave out them 2 wins for the Spurs against the Suns.
Yes, that's the exception.
You know who the Pistons beat in one of their wins?
Who's that?
Another bad team.
The Bulls.
Oh yeah,
Was that
50. Against the competent 22, that's what they're calling it. The other 22 teams that are competing and stuff. These 8 teams are combined 18 and 92. Damn. Memphis is 1-9 against those teams. Washington is 0-13. All of Washington's wins have come against these other bad teams. Detroit, 0-15.
Damn.
They beat the Bulls, and then they beat who else? Either way,
Hornets.
The games that they've won have been against the other bad teams. And then like Chicago, Charlotte, and Portland have wins against some of the other teams, but not many, obviously. So the bottom of the bottom is really bad, and those are the off days in the association right now. Right now. Because have you seen the Bulls without Zach LaVine?
But I talked about that on my podcast.
I did too. I had to go in on that.
But the Wizards, you say that about the Wizards, they still better than the Pistons.
They still better than the Pistons.
On some real shit. And it's kind of be like, man, he just saying that. I went into that. I was watching that game like before I even started. I was like, the Washington Wizards just have a better team than the damn Pistons right now. So I wasn't really surprised when they ended up winning that game. But man, bro,
$5 billion for that shit. Even if you go $2 billion, $2 billion for that shit.
Plus, I get there, they trying to charge me $35 for parking and shit.
$16 for a beer.
I was finna say
$35 for
parking and then $16 for a fucking shot. $9 for tenders.
Bro, when we went to that comedy thing, me and D Mills paid $40 for a drink.
What the fuck?
$40.
Yeah.
$40. And he didn't. This is what happened because he said he wouldn't have bought it, but he asked for the drink. The bartender made it, and then he said, "That'll be $42." But since the drink was already made, D Mills didn't want to say like, no, actually that's too much money. So he like pressured himself into buying it because I was like, you better than me. Because that liquor don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying?
42.
He better put that to the side for somebody else to order that.
Go run to the ATM. All right, we'll go to my seat.
Yeah. Tripping. Anything else about last night's in-season tournament games?
No, I just can't wait for that shit to happen tonight.
Yo, boys. Both of y'all teams playing today. Not against each other, obviously. But
yeah, I mean, the only thoughts that I have, I would say, is that it definitely set the tone for the rest of the way. So anything that don't live up to that could definitely make it a little disappointing. I'm definitely like, EJ has a game today. At the game, I'll be tuning in. I'll be having sometimes a game on while I'm at the game.
That's perfect, bro. Yeah. Because like I said, in these games with like nationally televised or like lights on you, and this being the first one too, nobody want to lose those games or just be like the person that stick out like
Quentin Grimes. Ready to play, baby.
He either hitting 4 threes or hitting 0.
Come on, Quentin Grimes.
Bleacher Report put together an article that had a DeMar DeRozan New York Knicks trade.
Because it was what every
in-season tournament team how to get them better.
A dream trade.
Did you see the trade?
No.
It was DeMar DeRozan going to New York with Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, Jericho Sims, and that Mavericks pick this top 10 protector for this year. And I put it on Twitter. That was like 0% chance this happens, but if as a Bulls fan, I fucking love this deal.
Oh, yeah.
And not Pistons, and a couple Knicks fans was like, "Shit, the way Q Grimes been playing, we might be okay with it." I'm like, "Shit, send that my way."
Fans are so short-sighted.
Send it my way.
You feel me? Like fans are so short-sighted.
DeMar, Jalen Brunson, and Julius Randle sound so bad as a big three. Send him my way.
Them fans, I told you, they don't think about shit like that. It's just like, oh, Quentin Grimes, they making shots. Fuck them. Stupid. Just stupid.
I'm gonna say Quentin Grimes be having them like he one of them dudes that stay out there because of that defensive effort, bro. Demar ain't gonna give you that.
They need to figure out how to get that man into a rhythm. He is a shooter. He needs a rhythm. Mm-hmm. He has to make shots as well, but I don't put it all on shooters when they not getting certain touches throughout the floor of the game.
He doesn't have a guard that has Dimer Hall of Fame, and he seems like a player that might need that.
He don't need Hall of Fame.
And Kobe White.
He don't have Dimer Hall of Fame.
He got a bronze.
He was nominated for Player of the Week.
Got a bronze like a motherfucker.
Did y'all see that?
We don't care about nominations.
He don't care.
De'Aaron Fox in.
Who was it? I forget. Was it Tyrese?
De'Aaron Fox in.
I literally don't know.
I seen D Fox.
De'Aaron Fox in. It's the Eastern Conference player.
Oh, Tatum won Player of the Month.
De'Aaron Fox in. Dude had a 2020 game.
Not Julius Randle.
Julius fucking Randle.
Ew.
I ain't worried about Julius.
He won Player of the Week?
Julius Caesar.
They just be giving the award out. They just be giving the award out nowadays.
I'll call him that.
Why?
Because he didn't need a different nickname.
I like Julius Randle.
Juju.
No, Julius Randle hooper.
Juju on that.
Juju on that beat.
Juju on that 3.
Hell no.
Juju on that 3.
Do y'all, as fans of teams that are playing tonight, do y'all feel like stakes as fans?
Not now, but maybe in the middle of the game I will.
Yeah. For as like a fan of like I said, the Lakers, they always start off slow, and I feel like they don't be feeling that pressure, just like those nationally televised, just like those immediate stakes games. They never come in there with like that sense of urgency.
Not good.
They are good. They all right. But they just never seem to have a sense of urgency, and that just always kind of worries me as a fan.
Good teams normally don't. I mean, bad teams normally don't have a sense of urgency. So who knows?
But you never know. LeBron been going crazy in the in-season tournament, so maybe he real want this money. He all about $1.
Yeah, man. He ain't no bitch either.
You got to do this shit for less ain't.
You was crazy.
Whatever you do, don't call that man no bitch.
Oh no.
Why?
Cause it might
get
be
ejected.
It might be a highlight tape that put out a LeBron exposing me. It might go viral.
What are you talking about?
What is he talking about?
They had that Darvin Ham, or not Darvin Ham, of Ime Udoka. They had all the highlights of LeBron.
Portland? Yeah.
It said the average. It said that LeBron was averaging like 30 points against him, and it was like he was averaging
Ime
like 2.
only fucking played 11 minutes.
That seemed like Ime's fault.
But I'm saying, how can you average 30 points on somebody who's like a third unit guy? He's not even second unit. He's a third unit guy. He don't even play enough to get 8 points averaged on him.
I thought that was hilarious though, because it is funny because Ime being a former player, like I think he's passable to talk trash to LeBron specifically because they went against each other.
Well, that's
like if he was talking to Max Christie, like that's a problem to me.
But LeBron's at the age where a lot of these coaches are peers. Like Will Hardy is younger than him. He may played against him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Willie Green played against him. So,
what is Ime Udoka's career high in points?
12.
17.
21.
With the Spurs?
I don't see it, but he had a 21-point game in here. Okay, Ime, I see you, coach. Oh my God. He almost played for all of our favorite teams.
He never played for the Knicks.
Yes, he did. 8 games. 8 games. He was there. He only played for the Lakers 4 games, but he was there. He suited up, and then he played for D Mills' Spurs, Portland. Obviously. And Portland. Oh, my God. He needed to be a Bull, but he went to Spain.
He went to Portland
I'm sure
University
the Bulls
too?
offered him a.
Did he go to Portland University or something?
He went to the Portland State. Sure did.
That's crazy.
He's an Oregon boy. Yeah, he's an Oregon boy. Went to Jefferson in Portland. Born, raised in Portland. Only born in 77. Young coaches are young, man. Coaches are young. And the older coaches are still really good.
They are.
Some of them.
He said stop crying like bitches.
How is that account getting the audio of every confrontation?
You get it?
Everything that happens on the court, that one, I don't know the name. I will get a shout out, but I don't remember the name. It's like Legends or something.
NBA Legends Z.
There you go. Any on-course scuffle.
Oh, Legends.
Legends.
It's like a space with the Z in one of his things though. So I'm like,
he just enhanced, like the old, like the meme and like tech dudes and movies enhance. And he's enhancing that audio. And he gets everything. And like at first I thought it was fake. Not the email one, but it's like when I first saw the Legends account pop on the timeline, I thought that they was like messing with the audio. You know what I'm saying? Just making up shit. Them lips is working.
Yeah. I was gonna say, are y'all good at?
And I talked about it in a fact way because of that video.
Yeah.
Are y'all good at reading lips?
Not like this.
No.
Because I think I've always seen clips where it's like they want to get the audio and you can kind of read their lips, and I'm like, I can't understand shit they're saying.
I've had clips where I put on Twitter like, this is what he's saying. I had the Scotty Barnes when it went viral when he was telling Quentin Grimes, "You're not that what was he saying? You're not him.
You're not him.
You're not him." So I could read lips, but this motherfucker, he had to rewind it, go get courtside clips from fans. I ain't going out my way to do that. Just stop crying like bitches, man. We all grown men. That bitch word ain't cool. Soft ass boy, stop bitching. Act like you gonna do something. They had that
shit sound like do some shit. That shit sound like something at the court.
Yeah. Sound like a movie script too.
You also saw that clip where it's just who was it, D'Lo and LeBron, and it was like they basically just talking about some shit that happened in the game, and they're like, man, LeBron and D'Lo, they was arguing on the bench, or they got into an altercation on the bench. And it's basically just like me and you in the game, and I was like, bro, why didn't you slide over and nothing like that? And somebody's like, I could tell y'all just never
played basketball.
Never played basketball in y'all life. Talking about some altercation.
Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Sengun just did that recently. And like Jabari had to come to the podium and be like, man, y'all tripping. That's my guy. It's on court stuff. It's like, yeah, shit is gonna happen. You know how many times we've collectively yelled at each other on some on-court shit?
We do it
on pro am. We do that shit every night. But it be the same way when you hooping. Would it be like we talking to D Mills like, D Mills, why is you walking back on defense? We not about to fight D Mills over this shit.
It blow my mind with some of our teammates because they know I'm gonna say something, and they know I'm not gonna shut like Kyron. Kyron at this point should know.
Yeah,
I'm on his ass when he ain't shooting a shot or whatever. So like at this point, you might as well shoot it.
I was talking to Suzanne about this because we go and anytime I tell somebody this, like especially the older people, they think something's wrong, but we go to therapy, right? I think it's just good to go to therapy. That means that my relationship is in a bad spot, but some people just assume that. And I was explaining to her through the terms of basketball in 2K how to like talk to people in a sense to like, they got the badges, pat my back, be real, shit like that. Like some people you have to coddle them when you're giving them criticism.
We've said Darrick is a pat my back guy.
Other people you could just say you need to do this, and they won't take it personally. You know what I'm saying? And I was explaining to her like you can't address everybody exactly the same. I don't know how she got to 27 without realizing this, but you can't talk to everybody the exact same way because everybody interprets things differently. And I just think it's funny that we look at some people like Kyron. Well, I feel like we could get on Kyron ass.
For sure.
Very straightforward with Kyron. He never going to take it personal. He never going to leave Discord saying, I need new friends.
Never.
Because somebody has done that.
Yeah. You can't do that with Tyler.
Can't do that with Tyler. You got to coddle Tyler,
or you got to kind of say it in a funny, jovial tone.
Yeah.
Like, he thought this dude was a slasher. I'm telling him his build weak, low key. But it's like, I got to say it in a funny way. Because if I say, man, that weak ass build, somebody left the Discord.
But also you got to do that in like as coaches too. You got to know how to talk to your players. And I feel like the good coaches know exactly how to do that.
How do you approach Mike?
I feel like I could be straightforward with Mike.
I'm pretty straightforward.
The problem is though, he always going to like push back on it regardless.
I got to be better at accepting criticism.
Yeah.
That's something personal I got to work on.
Yeah.
Mike, why you ain't cut? Last time I cut, motherfucker ain't pass me the ball.
I always do got an excuse.
Mike, that was a crazy ass shot. Shit, I done seen y'all take some crazy ass shots.
That's like a prime Mike.
That's 100%.
He gonna deflect hell out of everything.
Hell no. But no, I like the straightforward thing. I don't like when people like to.
I like straightforward too. Yeah. I like straightforward. Even if you give pushback, it's cool. But I like straightforward.
I like straightforward, but that don't mean I'm always like accept it.
Dude,
I would prefer that way than you like rubbing my back trying to just say it and let me interpret it as I do.
That's what I was gonna say because I think that there's cases where it's like somebody ever call your phone and they like, hey, how you been? And they try to get their conversation and then it's By the way, you think you can give me a ride to the airport this Saturday?
Right. Bro, just come out and ask what you want.
Right.
I was talking to my producer, Greg, about this, like specifically when it comes to like work and content creation stuff. That is the one place I don't want anybody to sugarcoat shit. Because at the end of the day, I want to put together like the best product and everything. So as my producer, if you're seeing a segment that's not working, you don't have to tell me how to shift it. If it's bad, tell me so we can scrap it, you know, because at that point, it has no value. And it's kind of the way I think about everything content related, especially, I mean, I think this podcast, like we keep talking about how we're going to elevate, like the fans are waiting, right? You gave that we're going to get a new studio, so that's not secret, but like the idea is to elevate the podcast. And I think that's the next thing is like being able to, you know, figure out what works and what doesn't without having to be like, well, Mike, but Drop the Mic is great. I'm not saying it's like for real, but well, like if Drop the Mic sucked, well, Mike, you know, Drop the Mic is like, it's cool or whatever, but you might want to shift it. If it was bad, you'd be like, man, you got to nix that.
100%. Well, even when we discussing in like the little group chat, it's like, what's the word tomorrow? Somebody say something, it's like, nah, that's not it. Like, that's perfectly, like, putting in ideas in the chat is never like wrong, because it's just.
Yeah. We also don't go in on nobody in the chat. Like, that's work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't like pro am. Yeah. So like we can find something better. It ain't like that's, man, hell no, that was a stupid idea. Why would you say that?
Especially through text. I feel like certain things you just can't do through text.
Yeah,
that's one
like,
of those.
No, we can find something that can be a little bit more attention. It's not that that's bad, but we can just find something that could be a little
we
bit
can
more.
Still do that idea, but we talking thumbnails and pushes and stuff, titles.
I think at this point in our podcast career, nobody is throwing out just some absolute ludicrous, stupid ass idea.
Yeah.
Hey, what should we do tomorrow? We should pick our favorite jerseys. Like nobody's saying no dumb shit.
That's what I asked for Christmas, by the way.
What?
A Laker jersey.
Elena, you asked?
Yeah, she asked me like what player. I just told her to make a rant, like surprise me, but make it current. She was.
Oh, see, that's not fun.
Why?
I wish you would have told
Speaking
her.
Of jerseys,
have her go get a DJ in Banga or just some random.
I said just make it current because like she don't watch basketball like that, so she's looking at like Lakers players and she's like, "You want a Kobe Bryant one?" I was like, "Yeah, I want a Kobe Bryant one, but I want a current one because it's just like I want to be in that fandom hood." You know what I'm saying? Like
so
I want
to
go
want
to
a Max Christie jersey.
Something of that nature. It could be like that.
Everybody, a typical person, just can't go.
Right.
Yeah.
A fucking Vando jersey or some shit
for
like
sure,
that.
For sure.
And she was looking up jersey. She's like, "Do you want the Magic Johnson one?" I was like, "I ain't finna be wearing no Magic Johnson one out here."
Yeah. I feel that. I be feeling the same way. Like I wanted a Quentin Grimes jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that shit would be, bro. You just not go see it.
Yeah, it ain't the typical thing. I feel you. I forgot what I asked for from when we got emailed about a jersey. I think I said, who did I say?
I said who? I did say Jared Vanderbilt in that one.
What are y'all talking about?
We supposed to be getting some jerseys.
Do you not remember?
I think I said I wanted Shaden Sharp.
Oh, yeah, that's dead.
That shit happened like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't think it's coming.
Was it? I felt like it was 2-3 months ago. That's the way I felt.
I got the date right in front of me.
When was it?
November 8th.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't too far away.
Mm-mm.
Well, almost a month though.
Who y'all think Darrick said?
Dame? No.
Yes.
It was Dame?
Yes.
Damn.
I don't even think you said. Let me see.
I don't think I did because I don't check my work email.
You just said like Bulls.
Yeah. Because why would I? Yeah.
You should have said Caruso.
He might be gone by the time we get them damn jerseys.
I still got the one you gave me. The sound one.
Is it a Bulls one or is it Lakers?
It's a Bulls one.
Oh.
Yeah, and I got the Zach LaVine shoe on top of my for my video.
You know what's funny? Look, let me show you. I just got
a Zach LaVine Donovan Mitchell shoe.
Bro, I just got another big ass shipment for them today. Look at these big ass boxes they left on my front step.
Them bitches big. Might be some shoes again.
I don't know. I have an idea of what's in.
Bro, I was trying to think to myself because I really don't have no jerseys that I can wear. Mm-hmm. Should I keep this jersey to wear? But I also want to have like jerseys framed up, especially if it's Lakers jerseys and stuff like that.
You talking about the one she's getting you?
Yeah.
It depends on who it is. You're not finna frame a Max Christie.
That's true.
Or D'Angelo Russell. You can have her get you one that you'll wear, and you can get your own
to frame up. Because I definitely want to start getting a bunch of ones to frame up. I think that's just dope.
Yeah, I wanted to. When I got that shirt signed by Iverson, I gave it to my pops, but that was one that I framed up. I'm mad I didn't take that Paul George jersey, but I felt like I was being too nervous to ask him. I was like, man, I'm gonna bring it on coming. And sure enough, everything lined up the way I wanted it to. I seen them. I was able to ask them a couple questions. We was right there. But I'm just like, man, this is not gonna look good if I'm just like, hey, you think you can? I know this is media day, but you think you can sign this for me?
Hell no.
I'm in here glazing in front of the entire NBA media. Here, sign this for me. But yeah. Communication is definitely big.
It's a little weird that the in-season tournament is like the only thing happening.
Terrence Ross retired.
Oh, he did retire.
Terrence Ross fucking retired. I'm not saying that to say like it's just shocking to me because it's just Terrence Ross. You feel me? Like, damn, I don't feel like Terrence Ross
he was
is
talking about
age.
it. He was talking about it on his stream. I think there was a clip out. He was like, "There's a lot of guys in NBA that feel like they need to have like that 15 to 20 year, try to do like go as long as they can, but at least like me, I done my part. Like I had a really good career. I made good money, and it's not like I splurge out here. Like he's like, I stream. I don't got no 15 chains on or nothing like that. Like I take care of my family. I'm good. So you know, he was making a lot of sense in how he felt about it, and he was talking about just like there's another chapter for him. Like after retiring, it's just not like he's just not there no more. It's like he's other stuff he gets to go into.
What if Terrence Ross became the #1 Twitch streamer?
That would be a dope cool transition. The internet
it's so many athletes that stream nowadays, though.
It's so many different things. It's funny because I'll be seeing certain athletes and they ain't got the numbers that I be having when I stream.
Blake Snell be streaming all day.
Like ha, you got a 40-inch vertical, but you ain't got no streaming skills.
I seen Jalen Waddle, I think it was. He had posted up it was a clip of him, and I think it was Tyreek Hill or Tyreek, and they was going against each other in Fortnite. And I'm like, this nigga Jalen Waddle low key out here. He was on mouse and keyboard. He cranking out 90s. What's that?
Oh,
I got a game.
Oh, okay.
So that shit look fancy.
A week ago, I ordered Illuminati's, and I ordered a deal. I did like a deal, and it came with like an extra large pizza with 2 toppings, some drinks, cookies, some wings, and it came with a game, deep dish dialogue from Illuminati's. Some of these are going to be really good questions. Some of these are going to be like some pizza related stuff. If you had to choose only one type of pizza to eat for the rest of your life, which would it be?
One type of pizza, it would probably be traditional sausage cheese, you know, not deep dish, not thin crust, not 4 corners, like just a normal traditional sausage cheese, pepper flakes.
I would say
pepper flake guy.
Pepper flake guy.
I like pepper flakes too. I would say
pepper flake also.
Yeah, pepper flakes on my.
I'm a Parmesan. True. I ain't really with the pepper flake. Not Parmesan every time though, but the last couple times I eaten it, I needed some.
I like the thin crust.
I love a thin crust.
Thin crust, a little cracker crust sometimes. But I would go sausage and pepperoni. I'm mostly a sausage guy, but
you know what I've been wanting and missing? I've been really wanting New York pizza. I've been wanting a Sicilian slice of pizza. Like we got really good pizza, but we don't have like 30 pizza stops on each corner. Like
the only thing I remember when we went to about like New York pizza is when you had Fake got into it with that dude because he was talking about putting what was it? Sausage on it, but it just looked like it was like the deli regular sauce. Right? Yeah, it was like deli meat sausage on there, and it looked like it was just pieces of ham on your pizza. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Man, this ain't no sausage." He's like, "Yeah, it is."
Right.
Y'all just going back and forth. I thought that shit was hilarious.
That was hilarious because it ended up being sausage, and KB convinced me to try it, and it tastes just like sausage. It was regular. My only thing is, but dog, you know this ain't how sausage really look. So you know I'm gonna kind of be caught off guard.
He act like he ain't know.
You know he act like this is a regular shit. Like that is sausage. What do you mean? You order sausage, I give you a sausage. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? I'm personally yay. My pizza that I was gonna say would be a custom. I didn't know if they meant slice or whatever, but I would get a thin crust pizza.
Are they all pizza related?
No.
Okay.
I would not have.
Bills would have been in this motherfucking dance.
I would not have brought this bitch if it was all pizza. But I like pineapple on pizza. I like Italian beef pizza, and I like sausage pizza.
I like pineapples on pizza.
I don't like the pineapple ham Hawaiian. I just like pineapple.
I don't like pineapples in general.
That's crazy.
They are too acidic.
Diced pineapple. Yeah, you can't eat too many.
They're just too acidic.
Too many, but they are good.
I like pineapple flavor.
Diced pineapple.
But I don't like
my baby taste.
Pineapple.
So I almost lost my mind.
Pineapple drink.
Yeah, pineapple drink ain't too bad.
It's like apple drink, because I ain't never had no apple juice.
They got the Sicilian. Okay. So, yeah or no? Okay. What's the best way to reheat pizza leftovers?
Hey, bro.
In the air fryer.
Skip the rest of the pizza.
In the air fryer, though, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I'll take the air fryer.
Okay, this is the last one. If your personality were described as a pizza topping, which would it be?
Jalapenos, because I'm spicy.
You're actually not. You so fucking mild. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you a straight cheese slice. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Have to get up on them.
I like I'm diced tomatoes. I'm versatile.
Okay.
Versatile.
I am
it feels like we're doing an ad for a pizza company.
It does.
Like a nice little pizza read. Go to Lube on 90s where they have 2 pizzas for the price of 1.
I'm margarita. I'm fancy. I'm luxurious.
I don't like margarita or whatever it is.
Margarita pizza.
Yeah.
If you could have any animal as a pet, safety would not be an issue. What would it be?
An owl.
That's got to be the most random shit ever. Bro,
owls
what benefits? Please tell me.
What benefits do any animal have? You get
at least you get some company, or at least like they.
You don't think an owl can be your companion?
That motherfucker finna be hooing at 2 a.m. You finna, bro.
How is that any different?
So mad at that owl, it's not even finna be funny, bro.
How is it any different than having like a parrot or something? They don't shut up either.
I think that's the same thing. Well, virtually the same thing.
I think owls are my favorite animals in the animal kingdom, so that's why I picked it.
Okay,
I think they're just cool things. Mm-hmm. Me and Avery share that love of owls, so I would pick an owl first. Maybe like an I don't know.
I would pick a monkey.
What kind of monkey?
Not like no big ass ape, but I need like a little small monkey. The one that could at least like
that motherfucker's gonna blow you because I be seeing the shit your cat do.
Bro, I seen a video. Somebody had a monkey in their hotel room or some shit. And that shit broke everything. So,
see, but if it's you gotta worry about the behavior.
If it's trained though,
was that part of it? I think you have to do the training. You're the owner. It's like you get a new dog.
Let me rethink this.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of like small little 4-legged animals that are really
tortoises
cute.
Are really cool.
I wouldn't,
but you could get a tortoise. Like that's not a crazy one. You can actually have tortoises.
I just went somewhere and they had them out.
And tortoises are cool. One of the cool animals too. They live forever, basically.
What about a panda?
They get too big. Your little ass apartment with a panda, bro.
I ain't got no bamboo in there.
Yeah, you know how much they eat. See, yeah, you got to think about stuff like that too. I don't know. I'm like animals, but I don't love animals enough to like want to have. Like I have some dogs.
Would you rather have a pause or rewind button in your life?
A rewind button.
That's an interesting question.
I guess if you pause it, you can kind of give yourself time to handle the situation or do whatever. But if you rewind, you already know.
So much fun. Pause.
Nah, I want to rewind that shit, bro.
I'm trying to think of the benefits of both.
That's the question I can't answer.
Like a pause button.
Does it stop shit or you just sit in that moment?
I feel like you have to. I feel like you can move. You can move. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
The thing that I wanted to know when I first, like with the rewind button is like, do I rewind and know that I'm rewinding, or if I rewind, am I 5 and I'm 5? I don't know what's going on.
I feel like you probably keep your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would expect.
Because I would expect the remote to do like. Oh, I guess this shit is off a click, but it affects everything but you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing it with the world.
I would rewind then.
That's a little scary, man. Both ways are scary.
Go back and see some.
Like a pause button. Okay, the benefits of a pause button is like, damn, I need to make a decision right now. But
you're a minute man, so you'll be able to stretch that for Suzanne to look.
I don't even know if I would want to do that.
A little 10-minute man. Pause it.
She not even moving or nothing. You just going.
But when you press play again, she like, ooh, what's gotten into you?
What was never mind? Do you remember the haunted house? That scene?
Yeah, she's like, Marcus, did you grow?
Did you get bigger?
Because of that shit would hurt my feelings if that was my wife.
I feel like the pause button is more nefarious, so I would stay away from it.
What?
More nefarious. Like you do. It's like being invisible. Like when somebody say they want their thing to be invisible, you a freak.
Yeah.
You pause, you just gonna be most people not using that for good.
Sneaking into the ladies' locker room.
Right, exactly. And then getting out of rewinding. I feel like it's unhealthy to be able to rewind.
Yeah, you're right. You just go. You kind of would take.
You would never make a real decision in your life. You would always make a decision. Rewind. Did I make the right one? Go do the other. Did I make the right one?
Do you get to undo it though, or you just rewind it? It's your life, so you don't get to rewind and say I ain't meeting you, but you just.
I thought that was part of rewinding.
That would be rewind because if you're going back in time, then that time never happened or whatever.
So you build your new future.
I thought it was to re-experience. Like when you rewatch a movie, you don't change the movie. You just rewatch that part.
Yeah,
because if that's the case, I would just stay away from both them.
I see what
if
you mean.
I'm rewinded just to live the same shit, I'm okay.
I thought when I first saw it, I was like, I rewind to see people who passed away.
The pause button can save your life, right? But also the rewind button could. If you're in the car and about to hit somebody, hit the rewind real quick, and I'm switching to the other lane now.
You could be a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Hey y'all,
a nigga like me would lose that remote.
They finna
that was like my Roku remote.
Put that bitch on a necklace or something.
For real.
Never lose it.
What's the best?
You could real life be a superhero.
Yeah.
I know that this is about to happen. I'm gonna prevent it, but you won't get the credit because people don't know this is about to happen. You know what I mean?
But it's gonna be suspicious. Yeah, if you telling people that
they gonna be like
he's a part of it.
Yeah, they gonna blow up the bank at 12 o'clock. Like,
no,
they gonna be like, how the fuck did you know that?
I would be like, dude, we got to get out of here. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received, and who dished it out?
Why quit today when you can Why quit today when you can win tomorrow?
Is that gambling advice?
No.
That sounds like gambling advice.
Why quit today when tomorrow could be the day I win?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I've ever got one piece of advice that was it changed my philosophies on things.
I don't know if this is kind of equates, but when I'm kind of in that type of mental state or I feel down a little bit, I always go on Reddit and I kind of look at other people's problems and everything, and I kind of use that to not compare, but it's just I'm not the only one going through a problem, or it's I'm not the only one that's affected or anything. This is a worldwide thing.
Mm-hmm. I feel up. Yeah, I don't know. Advice in general. I just don't know people giving out advice.
Because you get the best advice from people that's kind of gone through it, or at least got that experience too. You're not going to get the best advice from a 13-year-old dude. What?
The best advice I've ever received is the cliche shit. And it hit me when I got older and grown that's why it's cliche. It's cliche because it's so truthful and it's so real that you can't help yourself but to hear it a million times or to repeat it. You never know what you got till it's gone. Cliche.
Oh, everything is true.
True. Don't take shit for granted. Heard that a gazillion times, but it's the truest shit in the world. You know, the most cliche shit that you hear constantly from your grandparents. Then your parents get older and they start repeating it. Then next thing you know, you got a younger sibling or a child of your own, and you find yourself repeating the same shit that your grandparents and parents and uncles and aunts told you. And then your kids are gonna get older and then they gonna repeat it. It's because the shit is true. It's the realest shit ever. That's why it's so cliche. So it's everybody be trying to not say things because oh, this is cliche. You heard it 1,000 times. But no, I'm going to keep repeating the shit because it's the realest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
The best advice is the most cliche shit that not only did who dish it out? The world. I hear it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Outside of your family, who do you look up to?
Outside of your family?
It's tough. This is a tough question.
It's really tough.
I think we said it before. I feel like it's not just one person, but I like to take pieces from people, whether they have a mindset about a certain situation or anything like that. I kind of adopt those. You know, if I can really fuck with it and I understand it and it makes really good sense to me, I would probably adopt that or take that type of influence and kind of incorporate it into me.
Yeah, that's not because I think that once you hit a certain age, looking up to someone just is a little bit different than when you were younger. And I feel like we're all at that age. The people that I admire or I guess you would say look up to are people that I personally know, but not I look up to my dad, but not 100% of him, you know, his work ethic here or this part of him here. So it's when I was younger and it was easier for me to look up to people. That might be the better question. I really enjoyed the philosophies of Donald Glover. I think y'all knew that. Where you couldn't tie him down to being an artist or a comedian or an actor. But now, as almost 30 years old, I can't say I look up to, you know what I'm saying? I don't look up to Donald Glover. You know, I don't even know if I've watched his last 3 different things he's produced, you know? But at one point, that was the guy that was like, man, I refuse to be just one thing.
I remember when we talked about, like, one of his first stand-ups he did, at least, like, the bigger ones, when he was at Home Depot with, I guess, his friend.
His fit was that blue V-neck. Is when you in a blue V-neck? Like, bro, you have your own special and you pull up in a blue V-neck?
I mean, that's his style, though.
I mean, that is his style. Yeah, I agree with you. It's really hard because you say outside of your family. I look up and admire people. The older I got, the more I realized, like, yeah, you have these people that you, as like you said, as a kid, that you think you idolize. Like, oh man, Kobe's my idol. But what I started to realize when I got older is like, no, like my parents are who I idolize because I get to see my parents like in adversity when shit is hard. 100%. When you don't know those famous figures or whoever you're seeing, you don't know how they are. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, I look up to this person. They could be fucking disrespectful to their mama. I don't look up to nobody that disrespect their mom. You know what I'm saying? They might be a horrible father. You don't know them in their real life. You just know what we see in a movie, a commercial, a basketball game. So
and more we're realizing that a lot of those people, famous people, who have, you know, skeletons in their closet that eventually come out. So I would always tell people, don't be looking up to people you don't actually know.
Don't be sending LeBron no happy birthday, Bron, to DM.
Different. You can do that. You can do that.
Don't be telling what's his name? Fucking Chris Brown. Happy birthday, Chris Brown. Them niggas do not know you.
But they'll never know you if you don't shoot your shot.
Uh-oh.
I guess.
Maybe what if you sent Bron a DM, happy birthday, Bron, and he replied, love through the wire. You would never know that if you didn't DM him.
You know what's funny?
Guess I gotta DM him after this.
You know how many players we know that watch the show but never would tell us until we interviewed them?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Hawkins was not on our list to interview. He was in the hallway. I think we walked past a couple times. I said what up to Anthony Black, and then I saw Joe. I'm like, oh, what up, bro? I love your game. And we didn't know but then the lady came in like hell yeah, we take Jordan Hawkins. They made us put a list together, but we would have interviewed all of these guys. He came in, man, yeah, I'll be watching y'all shit. Nigga, you just seen us in the hallway. So it's just like, you know, what are 3 things that scare you?
Not knowing.
I also think that with younger players, they're so young and new that they may be like, do they know me? You know what I'm saying? They ain't like superstars yet, so they probably. But yeah, what are 3 things that scare you? Not knowing, you said?
Yeah. I feel like that's very common, but it's just like, I feel like I'm a very anxious person, and that kind of like, it just irks me sometimes. You said 3 things you're scared of?
That scare you, yep.
Family member loss. I got to think about the 3rd one. I want to make it a good one.
You're not afraid of a lion being in your bathroom?
That's the give or take shit.
Oh, okay.
Of course, first of all, it's not even you just scared. You're literally in danger.
Most of my fears are attached to fatherhood.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like yesterday.
Rightfully so.
Avery scratched the cornea of her eye, right? Like, but we didn't see it happen. All we see is she walked towards us. Both of her the one eye she scratched is puffed up. The other eye is crying too, because you know once you hit your eye, both. Yeah. But she also was doing this blinking thing because her eyes hurt, and they were drooped and so without us knowing, I immediately think because I've heard horror stories about like kids and seizures. I immediately think that something like that is happening. Where I grab her, and I like yell, Suzanne, call 911 because again I didn't see her cut her eye, right? So now. This is a situation that as a parent you never think about, right? You know it's a possibility, but you don't think about it because this is your baby. You watch incubate for 9 months and then you watch them for however long. And I'm like, fuck. If something happened to this like girl, like my life will be over, you know?
Yeah, I think it's different, but I feel a lot of the same ways for like my sister is a lot of my motivation and everything because like I want to see her grow up and I want to be like obviously a big part of just her life. And it's just like, man, I've just like, it feels like just yesterday he was a little baby, but now at times, I told you, she broke her arm not too long ago. Yeah. And it's like, for me, it's like she a little kid that broke her arm. For her, it's like, that shit don't matter. I'm gonna jump off the couch. Yeah. I'm gonna run around the house. Like, I'm gonna do all this. So it's like, it's crazy how tough they get too.
My life had always just been that forever. Like, I didn't think about what happens after me. Like, if I pass away 100%. Suddenly, like, that was nothing I even cared about. But the moment that Avery came into this world, all of the other stuff, it started to matter. So it's like life insurance policies. It's
they
this.
Say your life
that.
Don't start till you have a kid.
Yeah, and I think that really is true because your priorities shift completely. Because I think that I was just living in this world as Kenny Beecham, and now it's a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. Because I always thought about it as like. I was the only child too, and it's just like a lot of times you are not necessarily alone, but you're by yourself, and like you usually feel like you have yourself. But once you get to that point, it's just like all that shit's like this person just depends on me, for everything.
You know what's funny? I just got an email, and this kind of correlate to it. But like, what's the name of your doctor? You have like a direct doctor, or you just go?
I have a direct doctor, yeah.
Okay, so like, I don't have a direct doctor. My mom had been telling me I need to get one or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just got an email, and dude was like, one of the questions like, what's your direct doctor? I'm like, I only have, but to hear you say that, like, yeah, if I guarantee you, if I had 3 kids or some shit, the whole family probably.
My mom was doing my mom was making my doctor's appointment for like probably the last until like 2 years ago. So.
For real, yeah.
So it's like all that type of stuff.
I got a code, go get it, cool, whatever. But yeah,
I have a physician. I have an optometrist. I have
you got the food shit too.
Yeah. I have a dermatologist. Like I have like a person for everything. And traditionally that wasn't the case. It was the same way. Like, shit, I'm sick. Let me go to the hospital or the doctor. I didn't have a guy, but now I have a genuine primary care doctor. Who, when you think about it, this motherfucker got 2,000 patients.
For sure.
And part of being a doctor is like caring. But you can't convince me that you actually care about 2,000 people.
My mom told me I need to get a doctor because I don't like the doctor. Nothing against them. They do a wonderful job. But it's something about the doctor that I don't really like. I always feel like it's some bad shit.
See, we got it. My parents are like that too. I have spent the last couple years trying to get them away from that mindset.
You have to get away
especially in their age. It's not like they're 100, but like, shout out to my parents. They don't live like a super healthy lifestyle. So it's important for them to get their yearly checkups. And that was type of shit that they weren't doing. And I think majority of people, and maybe not majority of people, but the people that I know that have this just have the fear of like, man, if I go in, I'm never coming out.
No, yeah, or you're going to hear some shit you don't want to hear.
Yeah. And I didn't know
but I would rather know.
Yeah, 100%, because a lot of those cases, like, it's better that we catch it early and we prevent it or stop it from it going on and getting worse.
You know what's also crazy, and what I've been trying to tell myself, it's like, majority of the times you go, it don't be nothing. You happy you went because they end up telling you something like, oh yeah, you got.
No, it's a lot of times, yeah.
It's like, how many times have you really went and you didn't go?
Yeah,
none, obviously, because you're still here. So you know what I'm saying. But I think, when I was a kid, I was a young kid. My grandpa died, and the last couple of times I seen him was at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's like subconsciously that tied into my brain because
I'm sure it did.
I've never had no bad experience. I barely get a bloody. I've never really even had a bloody nose. The worst thing that happened to me, I tore a tendon in my ankle from playing basketball. Mm-hmm. I never had a broken bone. Never had nothing crazy. So I don't really have no reason to not fuck with the doctor. Every time I go to the doctor, oh you're a healthy guy, you're good, but it's still kind of just like. You go in that motherfucker, and then
my dad,
one of my homies got shot, as y'all know. I went to go visit him when he got shot. It's a lady walking for the first time crying. It's just so much shit. And I'm just like, I'm a happy-go-lucky type of guy. Mm-hmm. I don't watch scary movies. I'm not trying to watch. I don't watch fucking Grey's Anatomy. I don't want to see that sad. I'm not that type of person. So.
Hospitals just have a bad feel to them. I remember. Well, first of all. I'm gonna say this too, because it's like I think this is like goes with it. It's just most of the time when you are going to the hospital, it's probably for a negative reason. You know what I'm saying? So you're already going.
Got a broken arm.
You're already going there with like a bad mental state. And it's just like now you see all this other shit going on. I remember my mom had surgery and she was in the hospital for a couple of days, and I went to go visit her and everything. And that shit was late as hell at night too. Like I think it was like nighttime because nobody was in the hospital, and it's just like me walking down the hallways, and all you hear is the beep. Beep, and it's just like it feels like a scary movie.
Yeah. I would say for the people at home, get your yearly checkups, get your lab work, just in case.
That lab work for sure.
Yeah,
I would also say,
and I had to be secluded, obviously, real quarantine. And they had to. Something was wrong with me after it. I was getting extremely lightheaded. my head was just feeling weird,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran a test or whatever, and I didn't have enough vitamin D because I was secluded. My basement literally don't have no window. It had like a little window, so I'm not getting nothing. And then they like,
so with some orange juice.
Here's another thing.
Here's a $2,000 fee for that.
So here's another thing where I'm like, man, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, and they go and they like, yeah, you just basically had enough sunlight. Take these vitamin D's, do this, do that, and I'm like, oh, see, that wasn't that bad. But yeah, that's why my mom was telling me, you know, I got to find me a direct doctor who understand that about me and can make my experience.
I would say
better.
For those two that are able to, because not every kid can just up and change their doctor. But if you really feel that way, try a different one. My dad, and this is a little different because it's dental, but bro, my whole life, my dad did not say one good thing about the dentist. Like, he would always complain about it. He was hating it. He went to he changed his dentist one day. And I swear, he came back, he would not shut the fuck up about the dentist, bro. He was like, man, I'm finna get everybody on a family plan here. He said, I'm finna go every day. I'm finna go for my 6 months. I'm like, bro.
Is that a local spot?
It was a local spot, too. And I'm like, dog, this one, I gotta meet him. I never went.
How local you ain't gotta say the place, but like, when we know it?
I don't know if you would know it, but you definitely drove around that area before.
Okay.
I wonder if it's the dentist I used to go to.
It's on 75th, if that says anything. Even though it's big as hell.
Right, okay.
But.
Okay.
Is it two people? Like the name?
I don't even know what
okay.
It's. I could tell you the location. Yeah. I never walked in there.
Okay. No, but yeah, I think that's good advice. You know, you find somebody that makes you comfortable and you can open up your reasons to why you don't like it. Whether, you know, even if it's like the dentist, hey, I'm just scared, and they can, you know, help soothe it. Because a lot of that type of shit, if you don't explain it, they don't know, so they think you're just another patient or person.
Bro, I seen this one meme,
and they like, yeah, here, do this, get the fuck out. But if they do know, they may be more caring.
Bro, I know for sure my doctor doesn't care. I'm not that he doesn't care. That's a stretch, but like, I know that he's reading the same excerpt about me every time he walks in. Kenny, how's the season going? Like, I know you didn't keep up that I watch basketball, motherfucker. Yeah. You know, and he always give me some small talk about MJ versus LeBron. Like, it's the same spiel every time. And again, I can't fault him. He's seeing so many patients every single day. I don't expect him to specifically cater to me 100%. I just want the motherfucker to do his job, and he does that well.
Hey,
so,
but at least that little bit, if it can work, it will change the experience.
Right,
maybe a person like that
needs that to be warm. Yeah,
maybe that will work for me.
Right.
If I feel like you give me the same spiel, it take my mind off it a little bit. I'm getting a little distracted.
Yeah.
Before I know it, I'm talking about basketball, and he done did his checks, and I'm out this bitch like, oh, I didn't even realize you did your shit.
Right. Yeah. No, I go. Y'all know me. I go to the doctor quick, motherfucker. Like I got.
He was coughing up blood.
Oh.
Yeah. I have lab work on Thursday. Just lab work, because I have ethnic low white blood cell count. Most of us not most of us, about half of black men have it. So you might have it, not even know. But like, it's something that they monitor.
I think earlier this year, I scratched the inside of my ear. But we went to this is last All-Star. We remember the Metro thing? We sat on the Metro thing. My ears was fucked up from that. Remember Metro performed?
Oh yeah. No, dead ass.
My ears was ringing.
Yeah.
And I'd be having like little shit in my ear. So sometimes I do this. And I get real long nails, so I ended up scratching my ear, and it was bleeding on the inside. I didn't know, but my ear was ringing. So one day I washed my face, I cleaned my ears. Blood was on the towel. I'm like, bro, what the fuck happened from this Metro thing? So I had to go, and it ended up being just a scratch though. But
I've done that too before, because I had scabs in my ear, or like a small scab, and I just scratched it off, and it started bleeding. I'm like, damn.
But see, I didn't know that, so I'm thinking that my ear ringing and it's bleeding. I'm like, oh no,
I forgot. I forgot all about that Metro shit. When we were watching Metro perform,
I left that, bro, because it was so loud.
We were right by the speakers too, and I remember we had got off and we were leaving. I remember I Googled like how long for your ears to stop ringing, bro.
Because it was home.
That's how bad it was.
Yes,
my shit was ringing for like the next 4 days.
Yeah, I was just sitting
ringing for like a couple
hours.
But yeah, bro, I definitely was like, oh my gosh, man, on my ear bleed. I ain't going to another concert again. What celebrity or historical figure would you want to share a pizza with?
Share a pizza with?
Donald Glover?
Yeah, no.
Dave Chappelle.
Trying to think.
Drewski.
I would eat my pizza.
That's a funny ass conversation.
I would eat my pizza with Jesus, Kobe, and Nas.
Yeah.
What a table.
Matter of fact, we gotta have a woman in there.
Cammy off Catfish, I'm putting in there.
You funny.
Queen Latifah. What woman would I want in there?
I don't
know. That van over there. Speaking some heat.
Hillary from Fresh Prince.
Oh, okay.
Or Francesca from The Nanny. Yeah. You know what? Jesus, Kobe, me, Fran on my side. With Hillary on the left. Mm-hmm. We just stuck it out.
Give me Gandalf the Grey at my table too.
Funny.
Hell no, that's like the picture where it be the lunch tables. They be the most random people.
Hey, sir.
Oh, HOH is supposed to.
Yeah, I remember.
Who are you eating Thanksgiving with? And it's 7 different tables and random people on there.
If y'all don't post some damn basketball highlights. Hey, wait. Yeah, Fran and Hillary want to eat their shit with silverware. They ain't from Chicago. Eat this with a fork and a knife. If you could get out of any house chore, which would it be?
Dishes.
This is probably the good answer. That's just
I don't really have also many because I sound like I have. Yeah, I don't have no lawn no more or nothing like that.
If I'm had to mow my lawn, I'll do dishes. Before.
I feel like that shit might be not too bad either. I mean, if it's like a scorching hot day, but it's like I feel like it could be kind of like decent if you got like you mowing your lawn, you got your little what?
You got the John Deere or you got the old fashioned?
I got the old fashioned.
I used to have to do that when I was a kid. That shit, I hated that.
Yeah, no, I used to do it too.
So we had like a lawn and shit.
And then one of my neighbors had the service come out, and the guy was like, "You need your lawn cut?" I'm like, "How much is it?" He said $15 a week.
Wait, what?
Start now, motherfucker. $15 a week. He do front, he do back. He pick up leaves, sticks.
I guess his thinking is if I do everybody in this little town, I'll stack up.
Bro, I just know if it's
who else doing 15?
If I went around that neighborhood,
crazy, bro.
If I went around that neighborhood, I was like, I'll do your lawn, and he seen me, he might be out. He might be down to fight, bro.
Yeah, but I tip him. I don't pay him exactly 15 a week, but. I'm not going his rates. I didn't try to bargain him down. He said 15 a week. Come over the line.
I would have told his ass.
Hell yeah, it's a full company.
I would have told his ass. You just said 15. I'm like 14. 14.
He probably like bet.
14.50 is crazy. Yeah. What's your dream job?
Podcast and content creation.
NBA player. Who wouldn't want to be in the NBA?
Me.
This is my dream. This is kind of my dream job, but I would love to also. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be a little envious of people who be doing dumbass streams and getting that.
Oh, like a Twitch stream, like a full-time Twitch stream.
Like Aiden Ross don't be doing that. I know he had to grind and work his way up, but I'd love to just be able to be like, yeah. Today we finna go see what Kyron doing at Walmart and 200,000 people watch.
Yeah. The thing is, that's such a taxing job. Because those guys, again, they work their way up there, obviously. But, like, even at their peaks, they're still streaming 7-8 hours a day, trying to do, like for example, Kai Cenat is a good example of this, where we do, like, run of shows and shit. He does that as well with his streams. Mm-hmm. Like, it might not feel like that, but he has his
he ain't had no choice at one point.
But he got the real streaming. That's why I said, like, Aiden Ross, Sneaker, they not doing shit. They don't have no run of show. They can't convince.
Yeah, probably not.
They can't convince.
They might just be like, "Oh, I got to guess."
Yeah, yeah. That's what I would mostly thinking. They got to guess.
Now I do feel you that you do have to. People don't realize you got to plan. You got to know what you're doing.
Unless you're doing like a gaming stream, which is just like you're gonna game. Like you don't need extra stuff.
When he had the whole month shit, he never he had a day for everything.
Every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you had to at that point. But he's had a lot of times where he just stream for like a good amount of hours. So you got to, bro.
Yeah.
Or even like Dave Portnoy, he got the pizza review shit, where it's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat some pizza. And I know he got a whole bar stools or whatever that he sold, but like
that he sold and bought back, didn't he? Bought it back for $1.
If Darrick do, like, imagine what Darrick do, but it's just like he makes a shitload of money with the food shit. That would be dope for D Mills.
Yeah. I watched this video yesterday, and I don't really. I mean, D Mills probably like the only food reviews I wear.
Shit.
That wasn't even a video. I seen a little clip on Instagram.
I need a doctor. I'll text him right now. Hey, Dr. Ben, man, my back hurt.
You want to go to that chiropractor?
Don't go to no chiropractor.
No, because your ass had to go. You still have to go every Thursday.
I still really, really believe that chiropractors are a fucking scam, and nobody's gonna be able to tell me otherwise.
What is he doing?
If you got into a car accident, and your neck was messed up, they gonna tell you to go to a chiropractor.
Of course they're gonna tell me to do a lot of shit.
I don't even know how true that is. I think they might.
Exactly. They're gonna tell you to take some Percocets too. And before you know it, you got a fucking drug habit.
I think that they're gonna tell you to go to physical therapy before they tell you to go to a chiropractor.
I feel like even those, like, they have some practices of, like, I don't even know how to word to say, chiropractic or whatever. Like, I feel like they have those same practices at physical therapy.
But physical therapists actually like know what they're doing.
You ever had to go to physical therapy?
No, I should though.
Legit. I went to physical therapy for my ankle. Made me pick up marbles with my toes. They hooked me up to
Let's what
do they call that shit? They hooked me up to a machine that had, when they look movies, people be hooked up to wires and stuff. They had me on that, but for my ankle, that was like, this is 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I was in high school. This is Loyola. But this is like next level. This is advanced at the time. And they was sending shocks and shit to the nerves of my ankle, and I just lay down in the dark, bro. That was a vibe. I wish I had that shit in my crib. If money and time were not an issue, what would you want to be your next vacation to be?
Money and time, not an issue.
Not an issue.
Hey, on some real shit, I seen a lot of, like, it's gonna sound stupid. I was on my desktop, and you know how it just shows a random picture of a place.
For sure.
It showed this beautiful ass like garden in Japan, and I was like, I kind of want to experience that, bro. Like the fucking scenery and everything like that. I was like, bro, this shit looks like a cartoon.
I would want to go to a lot of different places. My thing is what I'm gonna eat. I'm a picky eater. I accept that.
I can eat food in Japan.
That is the one reason why I haven't traveled abroad. Because my dietary restrictions, I just don't even want to go through the research and stage and figure out if it's anything.
I know I do good in France. Pasta, pizza, French fries.
Be good.
Why do you say that? Yeah, see,
one of the things I would do, like I saw a video on Twitter yesterday, I think,
baguettes,
where somebody opened up the door to their hotel room and it was like on the water. Like there was actually no like glass really, which I won't do, but like the Maldives or like one of those places, like an island
Turks
and
beach.
Yeah, that's the type of shit. Because I feel like we've done big cities, but we haven't been like remote, and I feel like that's what I would want to do.
Like crazy. That's how you know what Turks and Caicos is.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Santorini, Greece looks beautiful too.
Turks and Caicos. Oh, this place is yeah. Something like this. Motherfuckers are riding horses in the water.
Like it's beautiful. You can see through the water type shit. If money, see my Turks and Caicos is Miami, South Beach.
Wait till 2025.
What you mean?
GTA.
Nigga,
are we going in March?
Yeah. No. If money, okay. Would you rather listen to the same one song for the rest of your life, or not listen to music at all for the rest of your life?
Not listen to music.
That one song.
But one song.
What would the song be?
I don't know, but I love music so much to not have it at all. I'd rather just listen to that one song. It don't mean I gotta listen to it every day. I'll just listen to it today. Take a couple of days off. What would the song
I'm gonna pick the song "Sunshine" by Lil Flip.
Is crazy.
Oh my gosh,
that's my favorite song. So why you gonna be mad at me for picking my favorite song?
Are you trolling?
No, that's literally one of my favorite songs all the time.
I've never heard you talk about Lil Flip ever.
I mean, that's the only really song. Yeah, it's the only song.
Don't forget about Game Over now.
Oh, Game Over.
Flip, yeah. Lil Flip got a couple of them. Lil Flip, Sunshine. I'm sorry, I gotta hear it too.
You heard that song a million times.
Okay, yeah, I just really thought about the name of it. I didn't know this was Lil Flip, honestly.
I didn't know this was Lil Flip either.
All right, this is a good song. I ain't mad at you no more.
You thought I was gonna be on that Game Over. Flip.
Well, I don't listen to music often. I'm like, if I'm in my car, I'm listening to like a podcast more likely than
it'll be some Nas song.
Whose world is this? KB definitely picking some.
Watching Gandhi till I'm charged, writing in my book of rhymes, all the words past the margin.
If I was gonna pick something, I would pick something that's like some lo-fi type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mechanical movement, understandable smooth shit that murderers move with. The thief's thing. Play me at night, they won't act right.
Did y'all see that news Drewski skit?
Yeah, the demonic rap.
No, I didn't.
Well, that one too. That's
with
crazy.
The
Bama shit, bro. That is.
I gotta watch it, bro. I keep seeing the clips, but I've been just skimming past it, bro.
Bro, it makes no. I cannot say this about a lot of like comedians or people on social media. He has no misses.
No,
not a single skit has got me through the whole thing without laughing.
Crazy? That's my friend. that's my friend, bro. We follow each other on Insta.
I see that.
We ran into each other, and he remembered me. We friends.
All right.
I seen.
I can text him right now. You want something?
He ain't got shit I want.
He probably got one of the most used like clips right now, where it's just like I'm finna stand on business.
Standing on business took over the internet for like a month.
CJ Stroud just said
he did like what Drewski say. Yeah, it's still there.
That's my friend. Really, like that's crazy. I got successful friends.
He is crazy.
How were you a good friend this week? Speaking of friend, I was a good friend because I supported Drewski. I like him.
When Darrick was sick, I texted him every day.
You did check on him, yeah.
Seeing if he needed anything because his girlfriend and kid were gone to get them away from the COVID and stuff. So I was just trying to check up on him because I know like being secluded while sick is like the worst possible thing, you know. So I was like, man, you need anything? I'll drop it off. Every time he said no, but you know I'm down the street from him, and I was willing to seriously drop shit off. I don't do that like that fake type shit. You're like. You need anything, just let me know. Like when I say that type of shit, I mean it because I don't say it often.
When I asked you, I was like, you were about to go somewhere, and I was like, you want me to go with you? And he was like, yeah, for real. So you gonna really come? And I was like, what time you leave it out in the morning again?
Where was I going?
You know what's crazy?
I was going to Detroit or like India. I was driving somewhere. I was driving somewhere.
You know, when we be meeting people, we be meeting famous people, and they be saying that, and we always say to each other like, all right.
Holler at me if you need anything.
I did a shoot with some people at Nike. They were like, yeah, if you ever need anything, let me know.
All right.
I'm going to test that shit.
Reem.
Bet.
We used to work with Reem. Kareem at House Highlights. He said that when he went to Nike. If you need anything, man, let me know. Let me get in there for it's been a couple years.
Yeah, it's been a little minute. Yeah, it's been a minute since he left.
Check up on that order we supposed to be getting.
You must come up with a fourth item for rock, paper, scissors. What is it? What does it defeat and what does it lose to?
Skip that one. I don't know.
I would say
Glock.
I would say like fire. Would that make sense?
No, because rock, paper, and scissors is like item.
Well, fire would take out paper.
Yeah.
It wouldn't do anything to rock.
Mm-mm.
And for scissors, it don't really do anything either. You know, it just heats up the scissors. You know what I'm saying?
It melts the scissors.
It could melt the scissors.
Yeah. Or the scissors could cut the lighter.
I was a motherfucker say, God. Come on, bro. He's not playing rock, paper, scissors. God.
What are your goals for tomorrow, next month, and this year?
Ooh, I like that.
We're getting deep, baby.
I like that one. My goals for tomorrow's going to be Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I think my goal for a lot of December is to like just spam content because the ad revenue is super high. So spam content. You said tomorrow, next month in the year.
Yeah.
Next month is the new year. I want our show to hit the next level again, grow it bigger than it's ever been. I think that's like my overall goal from this show and like my personal podcast. Like those are my two top priorities. But over the last couple of years, one of the things that's been super important to me is to make sure that everybody around me is good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's one thing I'm going to focus on. Like Pierre's been on his shit with the YouTube stuff, but if he wasn't, I was going to be on his ass about uploading, right? Mm-hmm. You've been on your shit with the streaming. If you wasn't, I was going to be on your ass about streaming. Same thing with Demar. He got the excuse now because he got the baby and the sickness. But like, I want to make sure that everybody's like, it's so much money in social media. I want everybody to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Even if like on a very smaller scale, like obviously everybody's not going to eat a full portion. But at this point, based on what we do and the amount of time we allocate to what we do, there's no excuse for us not to be able to, I mean, we're all doing it, but produce extra content. Because it's just not passive income because you're still working, but it's extra income on top of the salaries that we make from doing this. So
I would say my goal for tomorrow is to keep, because I want to do an ox bet on Saturday before like the game goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to get that as organized as I can. I already got people that want to do it. It's just like what I want to do for the categories and all that. So I'm going to focus on that. Next month, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be one of them people. I ain't been to the gym in a long time, or like just I want to try to get back, active and everything like that. So I'm gonna get a membership. Honestly, I might not do export, bro. I think part of the reason I stopped hooping so much is because it's one fucking court.
Hoop.
No, I'm gonna do everything, but it's just like hooping is part of it.
And then you dig.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking forward to that like crazy.
No, I want to hoop too.
Because that's literally no excuse. It's right there at work.
I want to be more active.
It's
for
free.
Sure.
It's close. It never has looked packed. I haven't seen a soul in there when we've gone. So yeah, that lines up, man. My goals for tomorrow, I want to record 2 videos. I would like to record 2 videos. I did the podcast yesterday. I want to react to the tournament games in a video today potentially. But if I do or don't tomorrow, I want to do 2 because. Yeah, I've been going crazy with the content, and it feels good to be acknowledged. KB acknowledged it. I went to my mama crib. She acknowledged. She's like, man, I seen in the comments. Well, somebody said they think you got a baby on the way.
Does it irritate you? Have you ever? I think you said this before. You walked into your mama house, and it's like they got your video playing up on the TV.
Listen,
that's the. I'd be like, bro, why is y'all doing that?
At Thanksgiving, my Uncle Chris, I'm hearing myself. I'm like, why am I hearing myself? He's playing an Illinois freestyle. And he's showing my sister. It's like an interview with me and Hayes, and we rap at the end. This is like some years ago. I'm like, dog, I appreciate it. I don't want to hear myself right now.
Yeah.
And I damn sure don't want to hear myself rapping.
Yeah.
And I know my sister on Thanksgiving don't really give a fuck. She's just like, oh, yeah, but she don't really give a fuck. So please turn it off. I appreciate that. But like,
he said, please turn it off.
And then my goal for next year is to continue my consistency on my on YouTube and the podcast. Like what you getting now, I don't want people to acknowledge it. I want it to be the standard. So people ain't gotta be like, man, you grinding, you going crazy. Nah, that's just normally what he do.
Right.
I also want to tidy up on my business shit, have everything in place, and do what we were talking about. Make sure I have a doctor, a legit dentist.
Bro, that's another thing, and this is like very
I took
loose.
a step in the right direction. I got my insurance.
Yeah, that is. I just got
not insurance. I got life insurance. I've always had insurance. But I got life insurance. Mike's like, man, I just got Blue Cross Blue Shield finally.
Nah, I just got my shit. I just got my shit back. But I feel like I want to continue. I feel like this year was a good step in terms of like, especially after I moved out too. It's like continue to grow up. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's like for a long time, I felt like even though I was 24, 20, I felt like a big ass kid.
Yeah.
But it's some shit you like, man, I'm actually doing this adult shit. You know, I gotta take care of all this. Like it's funny to. It's like it's cool to embrace too. You know,
for sure. That's why I was saying like the 30 going into your 30s kind of feel like 20s in a sense because like I think when you go into your 20s,
don't let the young kids hear that.
That's supposed to be quote unquote growing up, but I feel like our generation is getting younger and younger. We're like, yeah, people ain't really leaving the crib until they 25, 26. People, you know, you still using your mom to help you go make a doctor's appointment while you're 25. But like when you think about when our parents was young,
who pay
at
your
25,
who pay your cell phone bill?
My dad still pay my phone bill.
But think about your parents at your age.
Yeah.
Like my parents.
We just talk about that. Yeah,
they was doing a damn thing.
Yeah. My
parents had me.
My dad had 3 kids already. By the time he was 27, he had 3 of them.
Biggie and Tupac was like 25 and 26 on top of the fucking world. Like they was real young.
Yeah,
I'm got my mom at 26 booking my appointment for the doctor. Talking about can she come with me? So yeah, I do agree, Mike. It's to grow up, but yeah, I definitely want to get my business shit going though too. So yeah, and I want to hit the gym and to have to be able to have that.
Man, I might be really losing that touch on that gym, bro. For that, Kyron was like a week ago. He's like, Mike, you trying to go to the gym?
He keeps saying it.
And I'm like, bro, I ain't been to a minute. But if Kyron trying to give me the gym, I might be slacking, bro.
We should take Kyron off on his offer because he has been saying it a lot.
Yeah, he has.
And my boy need to be in the gym. If you had to describe each family member using just one word, what would it be? I would say use your household. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of family members.
Right.
I don't need KB telling me, man, yeah, see, my cousin, no. Avery, Suzanne, and the dogs if you want. Elena, your sister, cousin, whatever.
Describe my household. I would always say, well, I'll start off with my parents' house. I always feel like they're very frugal. Like my parents really like growing up, they really didn't have much money or anything like that. So they always had that same thing, which is like, we finna go to the dollar store for this toilet paper because it's just cheap. Like they live like that, and it's just like I feel like that's kind of like how they are, and I think that kind of like represents them, not in a bad way, but it's just like
you are.
I feel like part of it, yes, because I seen it, and it's like I understand, man. If I, just get the fucking non-brand ones, I could save $50 on my groceries or whatever. But it's also like some shit is just like better with the name brand. There's like some shit you have to pay for the quality. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I got the balance off of it. I feel like I got a lot of balance off my parents, I feel like I was like reciprocal of what I kind of like, not what they did wrong, but what I thought they could do better or just like a different idea along with the same shit that was like, man, I wouldn't have known what to do if I didn't, learn this from them.
For me, Suzanne is alright. That'll be the word I use to describe her.
Alright.
Yeah, she alright. Avery's everything though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it though.
That's why I need to talk. I haven't really talked to D Mills about fatherhood yet. Cause I think I mentioned this before. I don't know if it was on the podcast or on Discord, but not every guy has the immediate spark to their newborn. Some people, it takes time to get to know the baby. But like for Avery, when she popped out, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like my mental chemistry just changed. And it doesn't happen to everybody, right? It might take them a month, a couple weeks, and maybe just a couple days for them to realize, okay, this is my kid and she's my everything. And I want to know how the transition was for Darrick. Like, did it happen immediately when because he told the story of like hearing her cry before seeing her and like how his brain lit up that way. But my word for Avery is everything, honestly.
That's a very good pick.
Hey, I told her yesterday, I'll put a nigga in the dirt for you.
Was you lying?
I was not lying. I was not lying.
He would be saying that loosely.
Yeah, I was not lying.
What's your favorite family tradition?
We don't have one, man. That's what I'm trying to build with like the family I'm building. It's like we need something.
The family I'm building, like as a team.
We don't got that. Ain't even funny. We don't got no tradition either. We don't got no tradition either.
Yeah, we don't really have a tradition.
I would say it was more so.
The one tradition I think me and my family do have is when it's somebody's birthday, we do something. We go out to eat or do something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say my family did get together a little bit more when like my grandparents or both my grandmas were alive. But after that, I feel like they was kind of keeping each other together. Mm-hmm. But after that, just people do their own thing.
That happens in our family too. Our Uncle Nuke passed away, and he was like the glue in our family to make sure everybody attended everything. And since he passed, it's like
all over the place.
Yeah, we gonna have 3 meetings as a family the whole year. It's like when Nuke was there, man, everybody was seeing each other every day almost. So I understand that. I think every family needs like a glue person to keep everything straight. But building the tradition is something I want to do for sure. Even something small. Christmas Day, we do it differently. We do something differently about Christmas Day. Like when I was a kid,
I guess the Friendsgiving is something that's.
Oh yeah, true. We've done Friendsgiving every year for the past couple when we can. Like I remember one year when I was a shorty, I didn't open Christmas gifts. My dad spent the whole night before that setting everything up, batteries, taking that thing out. So I came downstairs or went upstairs, I guess, because we was living in the basement, and all the toys were just there. The wrestling man was already in corners where I ain't had to do nothing but play. And I think that's kind of cool, but also I can see people that's like, no, I enjoy the surprise element.
Yes.
So I guess we'll have to wait to see where Avery's mindset is when she's old enough to like.
Are you going to do the one? My parents would always let me do one gift.
Like the day before?
At like midnight or something, and I could open the rest in the morning. And that was also because, I kept asking, can I open the present? But eventually they would let me. I get my one present to open at midnight.
I don't mind that. When I moved with my dad, we started to do like stockings. Like Christmas Eve,
my mom does stockings.
There's a bunch of like candies and like the smaller gifts in there. That was always cool. I remember getting like a Polaroid camera one year, and the whole Christmas I was snapping, pictures. So I like that as a tradition too that I might try to incorporate.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be, and how would you use it?
Time travel, or to fly.
That's time travel.
Time travel or to fly.
You know how good that would be. Oh, we got a show in Denver. All right.
Oh, you mean teleportation there?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Teleport out. Yeah.
I like teleportation, too. Because the whole part that I hate about travel is to travel, is to get into the airport and sit down.
I forgot my, you didn't really got to care about packing. I forgot these shoes.
Whoop. Yep. I don't like this fit no more. Whoop. Yep. I'm back at the crib. Let me take this with me. Yeah, that's probably mine, too. Oh, no. Extreme accuracy is always going to be my answer.
My answer used to be to have every superpower.
that lane look is stuff.
But
that extra,
that's like the
extra wishes.
Yeah, I'm asking for extra wishes.
If you could deliver, never mind. That was a piece of it. If you could deliver lose to anyone in the world, who would it be, and who would you send it to? Who cares?
I know who I'm with. I know who I'm with.
Straight first front step, ding dong.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
He'll be there in a heartbeat.
Do you know how extreme accuracy can change my life right now?
Give me an example.
I'm a content creator. Creator League? They giving out $100,000 checks, motherfucker. I would sit at half court and just
I be thinking about the list shit too. It's just like I have a fucking I don't know, I have like a little penny or some shit and I can flick it at the light and then turn off so I don't got to get up, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
flick it up to flick the TV off.
Yeah. I would do that. But also
is that only for like stuff that's, I guess, like physical?
I kind of cheat when I say with everything. So if you ask me a question, I'll be extremely accurate with answering it.
Okay,
so like my mind is an encyclopedia. It's cheating, but we're talking about superpowers anyway. Let me cheat.
Remember when, I think it was Meg off Family Guy, her superpower was to have her nails grow?
Yeah. Yeah. I like those episodes that are not like Treehouse of Horror from The Simpsons type shit. Like there was the one superpower episode where Bart got the stretchy ability and then Lisa got superpower or super strength and shit. Like that stuff was fun. That's fun. Just growing your fingernails at will is funny. Because then Peter get to like change into any animal that he wanted. So he was a dinosaur at one point.
I think he was like a something like that. Yeah. He did.
We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Through the Wire.
Hopefully the next episode you got D Mills.
Hopefully we might not see him to Jan 9th or something. I don't know the way he been out. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.